What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, and welcome to another free VOD review. Yes, today at our coaching table, we have our friend called Diamond. But he is not actually Diamond, he is Bronze 1, Chamber on Abyss. Now, first I need to tell you a small story, and I need to ask Diamond a few questions, because this is like a bit of a checkup as well. So, I did a coaching with Diamond a month ago, approximately a month ago or something like that, and we need to have a checkup right now. I gave Diamond a very strict schedule to follow, a very strict agents to play, and a really strict path in general to follow. And I need to ask you just a few questions right now. You can answer them, of course, like once you watch this VOD review. I'm gonna upload it on my second YouTube channel. So the first question is, how much of the aim training and mechanical training did you do in the last like month or two months? So that is the first question. Second question is, how much of a general training did you follow for the last 2 months? Third question, where is your ranked playbook and data tracking document? I gave you the examples, I told you what to build and what you need to do. So if you did that, please send me through private messages so I can review them. And if you didn't, what the fuck are we doing? Fourth question, you have my 24/7 support. You have my whoever buys my private coaching, you can abuse my anal cavity 24/7. Every single day, you can ask me 5 questions. Every single day, you can share with me up to 3 rounds for an in-depth review. 3 clips, 3 rounds. You shared 2 rounds in 2 months, or a month, basically. You didn't ask me a single question. So we are right now at bronze skill level. And there is nothing that you can ask me in 2 months. Like, not a single question. Nothing that you're bothered with, you know, like maybe, how should I do this setup, that setup? I mean, let's be honest here. Then, I have the 5th question as well, because I took a sneak peek. I took a sneak peek into his tracker. And I need to ask, like, what's going on here? Like, we did our coaching on Omen. So we did our 1 session on Omen. And I told you that you can stick with Omen, and you should only play Omen for the next 2 months or 1 month, and do what I told you to do on Omen. You have the Omen rank playbook as well. You have the general playbook as well, you know, lifetime access. Can I ask how on the tracker we have only 5 games with Omen, and we have like 32 games on Chamber, 16 games on Cypher, 10 games on Tejo, and the list goes on. Like, yes, I did tell you, you know, maybe you can try some other picks as well, but we made a deal, we made an agreement that Omen is gonna be your main agent, at least until this checkup. Now, one thing that I can notice immediately is that maybe you did do the aim training that I gave you and the mechanical training. Because when it comes to your mechanics, like your stats from the previous sect and this sect are unrecognizable. It's like a completely different player is playing on your account. And you definitely did get better. Much better. I mean, just look at these stats and then look at these stats. But I have to ask these 5 questions, because these 5 questions are crucial for us, so that you don't get stuck in the bronze for the next month as well. If you already had an agreement, if we already, you know, made some kind of a path for you, why are you not following that path? You know, I'm not gonna do any reviews of your tracker, because you know what you can do better, you know, like, you know, what you should be doing, what you should be focusing on and stuff like that. But I just need to ask, like, you know, you need to give me the answer on these 5 questions through private messages so that we can move forward. Like, for example, if you didn't really follow the mechanical training or the general training and pathing that I gave you, can you start doing it now? Because probably nothing changed, you know, significantly if you didn't do what I told you to do, essentially. Now, okay, I'm gonna disregard all of that for now, and I'm just gonna say yes, like, you did get much better compared to like the previous act. You know, stats are unrecognizable essentially. But brother, like at bronze 1, Pavi can have a minimum of 60% win rate with these type of statistics. Like minimum 60% win rate. And that's like being generous, essentially. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the agents. Okay, so let's read what he told us here. Hi, I've been playing Valorant for a few months. Like, why are you introducing yourself to me? Like, I know who you are. Like, this is a checkup, bro. Like, it's like a free VOD review. I'm still learning a lot. I struggle to maintain a stable headshot percentage between my games. Are you doing what I told you to do? The aim training, the warm-up? Like, there's a lot of stuff that I told you to do, essentially. So, considering that you never stayed in touch with me, I can only make a guess here, essentially. I like to play Chamber, but I play Flex Agents too much. But we had a coaching session, like... I told you to stick to one agent, bro. What flexing? What filling? You're playing in low elo. There's no filling, no flexing, bro, like right now you are focusing on yourself, King. Diamond King. We need to get out of these trenches. Like, what flexing, what filling, bro? And where did the chamber come from, man? I mean, I need to see, like, am I just tripping? Just like, I don't want to leak anything. I want to see, like, if my notes are correct, because... Okay, you gave me a deathmatch, that's good. You gave me a tracker, that's good. Wait. Well, what is this? Aha, I'm sorry. So we did a VOD review on Chamber, but I told you to stick with the Omen, because I think Omen is going to be more beneficial for you in the long run. And you completely disregarded my advice. That's not good. That's not good. But okay, so we did a Chamber Haven VOD review. But we probably did some backseating or something like that, and then I tested you on Omen. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know why you didn't give the Omen a proper try, considering all of the content and everything that I fed you with. And also, like, please, you know, I'm not gay, but abuse my anal cavity, man. Like, you have my 24/7 support for the rest of your life. Like, you can ask me, you know, 5 questions per day, send me 3 clips, 3 rounds per day. Like, let's see what's happening with you, bro. Instead of just guessing here. So listen, like, I mean, I'm gonna immediately tell you, like, if you didn't follow what I told you to follow, just reset the process and that's it, to be honest. So what I said here is, like, we'll make some adjustments, blah, 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 later. Different sensitivity. Okay. Also, when you watch this VOD review later, tell me, like, did you stick to this sensitivity that I told you to use, like 0.35 at 800 DPI, and which sensitivity you're using right now? Okay. So let me see what did you write here. I also play with an esports team for my college. Esports team for your college at bronze 1. Listen, like, if these players are genuinely gonna help you out, and if these players are like 10 ranks higher than you, okay, like, you can play with them. But it's difficult for me, and they're a bit salty. So you're playing with your college team. So you're playing with your college team that is salty because you're bronze 1. And they're probably higher ranks than you. And they're not helping you out become better. Why are you wasting your time? Instead of focusing on your self-improvement and getting better. Like, listen, when it comes to, you know, team play environment, like getting into teams, playing Premier and that type of shit, until you get at least Immortal 3, that's like a hobby to you. That's like your secondary, third focus, and you need to completely separate your mindset from when you're playing with your friends and when you're playing solo. Until Immortal 3, but there's nothing for, you don't think about Premier. You don't think about being a pro player. You don't think about, okay, you don't think about being pro player if you cannot reach Radiant, to be honest. But when it comes to any team play type of shit, Tier 4, Tier 3, 2, like Premier, that type of stuff. Like, as a Bronze 1 player, you're just wasting your time. Unless these players are your friends, they're gonna help you out to become better. And they're gonna coach you. They're gonna tell you what you can do better. I still lack knowledge of the game, of course. Why? I don't know. Like, ask me the questions, chit chat with me. Like, listen here. I wake up every single day for the last 3 years with 200 messages minimum on the left side right here. And I take 2 hours of my fucking life to answer on these messages every single day. I don't complain. It's my job. That's what, you know, that's the only way how the coaching can be beneficial. And how the coaching can be good for you. You know, one session is nothing. Like that VOD review that we did. Nothing. That's like literally nothing. Clip reviews, questions, situations. Let's analyze stuff, bro. You know, there's so many more things that you can learn in Valorant. Now, down here, I copy-pasted the initial message that he sent me in Discord so that I don't leak something and I don't dox him, essentially. So, I'm still grinding the game, but I have difficulty on staying consistent with Omen. Yes, because you didn't even try playing Omen, essentially. Like, we gave it a try here, and then, like, my dude was like, nah. Bro, like, I'm going on to my own ventures, essentially. And I didn't even coach you then. But, okay. Listen, okay, if you don't want to play Omen, you don't have to play Omen. You know, if you really love Chamber, and you enjoy Chamber, okay. Chamber is your, as a low elo player, Chamber is good. Chamber is great. You know? You have a TP to get out, get in, to, even if you make some kind of a mistake, you can just, you know, snap your fingers and get out, and you always have a second chance. Sure. Just this time, like, can we stop with this type of shit? Let's lock onto, like, 2 agents maximum. And that, like, where is this cipher coming from? What is this Tejo doing, like? For example, I'm really surprised with your performance on Phoenix. For a player like you, that has a training, has a mechanical training routine, has a general training, what you should do, how should you learn this game? Okay, let's just lock onto Chamber and Phoenix for the next 2 months. Other agents are locked for you. You didn't buy them, you don't have them. You need to learn something. If you want to be consistent, you cannot play, especially as a player that is new to the game. I mean, our friend started playing game literally, you know, in Act 5 of this year. Like, if you want to build consistency, if you want to build situational awareness faster, if you want to grow faster as a player, yes, you should understand how other agents work. Yes, you should understand, like, you know, basically, you know, what counters you, how to counter the enemies and that type of stuff. But, brother, like, you don't have to do this to yourself. Okay, right now, like let's stick with the chamber. Let's stick to the Phoenix as well. And let's rock with these agents for at least 2 months. 2 more months. Before we decide what is the next step for you. Especially like, if you don't truly master or main some kind of an agent through a longer period of time, you will never know if that agent suits you. Or if that playstyle is actually good for you. Like, through repetition, you build consistency. Through repetition, you build data that tells you what the fuck is good and what the fuck is bad for you. Right now, we cannot do anything based on your feelings. Oh, I feel that, you know, Omen doesn't work for me. How do you know? Did you play Omen for 300 hours? Did you truly learn every execute, setup, strategy, and tactic? How do you know? Or, but I mean, we can ask that question for any agent. Like, especially when you come into the game. You come into Valorant. You know? You start playing the game. For the first, you're a beginner. You are not gonna be, like, you should watch YouTube videos and guides what every agent does in the game. And you should understand every agent on some basic level at least. A few weeks ago, I started, this is the first time that happened to me. I've never coached a player like that, ever. The guy bought my coaching, literally the biggest coaching plan, and you know, I usually expect hardstack players to get it. The guy is a 16 level in Valorant. He just leveled up his account. And my dude is speed running the ranks. But you know what he's playing? One fucking agent. And not only that, he's playing Jet. And I promise to you, that guy will be immortal in the next 2 months, and he will still be Bronze 1, because you're playing in an Esports collegiate team with teammates that don't like you, that are salty towards you because you're bad, they don't want to help you out, and also you want to flex and play every fucking shit in the game. Let's try, for maybe a month or two, like Phoenix Arc, Chamber Arc, good aim training, good warm-up routine, building a playbook for these agents, data tracking, observing our mistakes and stuff like that. And yes, like, have at least some basic knowledge that, you know, when Astra Star is below you, you should not stand on the star because it's gonna suck you or stun you, for an example. Like, that's the level of knowledge you should have in Valorant. Every single player should have that. If the Fade Eye pops, you can destroy it and you don't have to be revealed by it, you know. Like, basic interactions. Like, the reason why I'm getting worked up here is because I told you what to do, like, basically. So, you can answer on all of these questions after the VOD review, but... So, in this VOD review, we're just gonna focus on what you can do better with Chamber on Abyss. And everything else we're gonna discuss through private messages. I expect a wall of text after you finish this VOD review. Now, we need to read this as well. So, I see a lot of improvements since your coaching. Okay, I'm still watching your guides and strats on map Omen. Okay, I will try to send you some small clips 1 rounds. Very good. Finally, I got also a new mouse, Pulsar Pro Series Susanto. What is that shit? Just a moment. Pulsar Pro Series. What is that mouse, man? Is that some used shit from Pulsar? Ah, Susanto. Ah, it's the Forsaken mouse. I think he made this in a collaboration with Pulsar. Okay, it's a decent mouse. Not bad. Not bad, actually. Okay. Medium black, okay. Also, I've been to a new school and there is an esports club. I joined Valorant team. It's tough for me because there is a lot of higher ranks. Ascendant 2, Diamond 2, some gold players. Diamond 2 player is pretty chill and he gave me a lot of advices on decision making, but Ascendant 2 player is hella toxic. Anana, you don't understand. You don't understand. That Ascendant 2 player is actually preparing you for the real grind in Valorant. You know, he is behaving like how your average ranked teammate is gonna behave. But if I was playing with that player, I will tell him to shut the fuck up and I'll never gonna see him again. What the fuck, bro? Like, how can you be toxic towards someone that is lower ranked than you and that is playing with you? Are you mentally disabled? Like what? You know, your friends want to go to the gym, and instead of helping him out, you mock him? Are you mentally degenerate? The Diamond 2 player is a good guy. And, you know, if you have a player like this that's a bit higher ranked than you, and is actually helping you to become better, I would play with that player. You know, probably a Diamond 2 player is not gonna give you the best fucking advice in this game, but, you know, essentially, at least he is helping. I struggle a bit on my confidence with the game, but I see improvements. They want me to play some other agents, sometimes like Tejo, Cypher, and also Omen. Who? Let the dogs out. Who? Like, just, you need to focus on yourself, kings and queens. You know? If you're below Radiant, you just focus on your self-improvement. You need, like, look at it this way. A certain team, like, this is how the esports team work, and this is how esports work. Like, a certain team of 5 players. So let's say these are the 5 random players. This team can go as far as their weakest link can go. And that is how the esports work, essentially. So, that is why every single individual player needs to find some kind of an individual value that they can bring to the team, and the team can use to win, essentially, and to move forward. So basically, you know, like right now, your self-improvement should always be your #1 priority, unless you're playing in a tier 1 team, essentially, or you're really close to the tier 1. Teams come and go. Teammates come and go. You know? One day you're dropped, another day you're on another team. As long as you have some kind of a value, someone is gonna pick you up. You know? Of course, networking matters and a bit of luck and stuff like that, but that's a topic for another day. So, my point is here, like, well, why even wasting your time, like, learning, like, so many different agents at such a low skill level? You know? Like, with this coaching and my support, and if you just stick to something and you develop some consistency, brother, you can get to Immortal, like, before this Ascendant toxic player, even he's gonna stay there for the next, like, 1 year. And we can get Immortal in less than, you know, 5-6 months, essentially. Especially considering that you just started playing the game, and your stats, from one act to another, this is like a completely different player. And very good. Of course, mechanical stats are still not there, like, you know, we can be better. But yeah. Okay, so that's all I have to say to you, you know? Everything else we're gonna discuss through private messages, because I need to see why did you do this, like, to yourself, and what did you do in the previous month, because I just don't know. Like, we never stayed in touch. We never did anything except one stupid VOD review, and that's it. Like, I mean, I did give you a whole fucking plan to follow and stuff like that. Okay, so during this VOD review, we're just gonna focus on Chamber, on Abyss, and what the hell you should do on this agent. So even though it's a bit lower elo VOD review, like, there's plenty of things to learn. So let's start. Abyss, Chamber, Defender side. Yo, Speeper, what's you, man? Not trying to be rude, but why do teams take bronze player? Maybe in his college, like, they didn't have anyone else that is playing Valorant. It's a collegiate team, like, I don't know how that works in NA, to be honest. Like, I'm not from NA, so I don't know what they're doing there. Some people are so insecure and weak, they need to feel some power. Small penis energy. Papito, I haven't played Valorant in a long time. I plan to play again. Do you have any tips to how to get back in a proper way? Just do what worked last time. The best for you. That's the best way. And everything that you should do in the game. Training, aim training, rank, everything. You know, if you want to get back faster, you need to play the game. And play the agents that you're familiar with and the playstyles that you're familiar with. That's the best way. Like, when I come back to Valorant, so I don't play Valorant for, like, let's say, 3 weeks. I'm not gonna all of a sudden start playing on 1.2 sensitivity, doing some fucking... doing 2 hours of aim labs every day, and playing Astra. No, I'm gonna play Omen for, like, 3 weeks, and Jet, the agents that I'm familiar with, and that I'm really good with. I'm gonna play on the same fucking setup, aim training in-game, and you'll get back fast. That's it. Bro, thanks for the playbook. I watched and learned so much from it. This act is my first true act, where I try to improve. I went from bronze to gold 2 now. No problem, man. I think your ultimate became Cypher's, but less powerful. Still good. How much for a group? Threesome is free. Yeah, I'm new to the game. I played for about 2 months-ish. Can you check my tracker? Yes, join my Discord server. Yo, Nikki, what's doing? You probably said this somewhere already, but what's harder, Valorant or CS2? Valorant is harder to learn as a beginner, but easier to master. Like, basically, it's easier to become a pro player in Valorant than in Counter-Strike, for an example. Not in terms of the teams and stuff like that and how the shit works. It's just that in Valorant, like there's so many playstyles that can work, so many values that you can bring to the team, that even if your one skill set is a huge weakness, it can be compensated by something. In CS2, if you're not a complete player, and if your mechanics are not there as well, like, what the fuck can you offer to your team, essentially? Like a good flash? Then we might as well all have donks in our teams and we flash them. I got mocked by Foot Zeus in that match. Oh, okay, that's a new one. Just a moment. Okay, Chamber Abyss. Let's start with the basics. So, you enter a match of Abyss on a defender's side. First thing you ask yourself is, how the hell I should play this map? Your default bombs are number 1 priority, B site. Your secondary priority, A site. Your third priority, mid area of the map. In the first round, you're always playing B site and gambling on B site because B site is statistically harder site for the retake than A. How you position after the round number 1 depends on what the hell we did in the first round and where did the enemies go as well. Now, on Abyss, whenever you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go, you cannot read the enemies, or enemies are playing some kind of an eco halberd bonus round on attacker side, just start somewhere on mid. Either towards the B link, towards the A link. Depends, where you think are the highest chances that enemies will go next. And just defend the mid area of the map and play fast rotations. When it comes to your trademark with Chamber should most of the time be in the mid area of the map. Essentially covering this position right here. And that's it. Now, when do you put your trademark onto the bomb sites? When there is either nobody defending these sites, we are doing some kind of a really big gamble, or you're like 99% certain that enemies will do some kind of a split or push through that area of the map. On defender side, you have only these 3 trademarks, nothing else to think about. Now, first round with Chamber. So, in the first round with Chamber on Abyss, setup is very simple. We're playing a cheesy type of setup, once again, as per usual, you know. So, you put your teleport, essentially, on top of the tower, right here. Yes, on top of the tower. And we play the shorty strategy. So, you drop the shorty here, in this position, bam, and you have 2 buy options, 3 buy options, depending what you prefer. Option number 1, we can get a ghost. Ghost shorty, that's it. Option number 2, you can get a light shield with 1 headhunter and a classic pistol. Option number 3, you can just get 5 headhunters. What you decide to buy depends on how confident you feel in your mechanical skill. For example, I don't feel that confident in my mechanics, so I'll probably go with a ghost. But you do you, essentially. So, we start the round on this off angle right here. We are hiding from the enemy's flashes and initial recon abilities, and we're peeking the enemies here on timing and trying to get 1 kill. But we are not committing to this gunfight because we don't want to die. This is not our highest kill potential to make numbers advantage for our team, and then to play retake. We just stay for 1 bullet, 2 bullets, drop down. Pick up the shorty. 1 mentally disabled Jet, Vele, Yoru, someone is gonna dash here. You kill that motherfucker. Pick up your ghost or classic pistol or headhunter. Then you can play around your teleport that is basically in this corner. Try maybe to get 1 more kill, or you can focus on the enemies that are on the left side. You get away into the enemy smoke on tower, and you play a retake with your teammates. With this setup, if enemies are doing a 5-man push on B, if you don't get 1 kill, at least with that shorty, I'm gonna cut my penis and eat it live. If enemies are going A, you just teleport, reset yourself, rotate through mid, because we cannot rotate through spawn. The rotation takes too much, so just clear, you know, mid area of the map in the meantime, and essentially just play a retake of the A side. That's it. That's how the first round with the chamber is played in ranked solo queue on Abyss. You have a very interesting grip style, I must say, like, to be honest. He's gripping the mouse like very lightly. Love it so far.
That works.
I mean, it's kind of standard, but he's kind of curving his fingertips towards the right side. Okay. Okay, listen. So the setup that I told you to do right now is the setup that you should do from now on. Now let's see what you're gonna do. So mistake number 1. Wait, just a second. I need to become a Picasso again. Just a moment, just a moment. Charlatan Picassoni in the chat. Now we can... Sorry, I just don't know what happened right now. So, look at your trademark first. What is this trademark for, if I can ask? Like, basically, when you're putting a trademark right here, trademark should cover both left side and right side. So, you put a trademark exactly here, like this. Bam! Oh. I don't know what happened. The trademark on the minimap is covering this side, and the enemies cannot pass it. If you want to have some kind of a lineup for this, you can just line up like this part of the wall with a chain. That's it. Don't leave any gaps, left and right. If the trademark can already cover everything for you, let it cover. Now, let's fix your setup as well. So, you're playing with a ghost. Okay, I can respect that. And you put a teleport here. How can we maximize the efficiency of this teleport? By putting it up here. And now what we can do, maybe you can play this off angle and try to kill one enemy. This is the angle where you don't teleport. No, 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 no. This is just the, 70-30 angle where you play at the bottom. We hold the tower, the window, and then bob up, TP. Third angle, safe angle, where we can take a fight. Bob up, or maybe bob up. And only now you need to commit yourself into some kind of a 50-50 fight. Or reset yourself to fight with your teammates. That's 10 times better than putting a teleport right here. Anyways, what type of smoke we should have when the enemies are pushing in the B site? You should always tell your teammates to give you a smoke right here. Basically, this smoke is very important, and we need to tell our controllers, hey, controller, hey, Claw. You have a Clove, but whatever. Hey, Clove! If enemies are pushing B, give me this smoke. This smoke, you should have whenever you are playing a full buy round, enemies are playing a full... So, when should you not do this smoke? You should not have this smoke when enemies are eco and halberd on the attacker's side. Like, if enemies have, like, fucking classic pistol, sheriff, marshal, shit like that, then... we can use deeper smokes, and you don't even need the smokes. You probably have the outlaw or operator, and you can just fuck them up. So yeah, let's see how this one goes now. Oh, we're playing with the headhunter. No, ghost. Screen is a bit flickery, or just my phone? Oh, it's your phone.
Turret out.
Could you advise how to know which agent we should main? Listen, man, like, go on to my Discord server, and at important guides, you have a whole document where I explain, like, what should you main, which agents should you play for your playstyle. Also, there's a new agent tier list where I explain, like, which agents are the best, which are not, and which are best for this playstyle, that playstyle, like... That's gonna give you an answer. Listen, even though you have your teleport with yourself, same as with any other agent in this godforsaken map, when you're defending some kind of, like, this is a very important tip. A very important tip on a defender's side. And the main reason why you're not getting as many kills as you could on a defender's side. So, when you're defending some bomb site, in a full buy round, essentially, your job is not to stop the enemy's push. Your job is not to kill all 5 enemies. That's usually impossible. Your job is to delay the enemies a bit, potentially make numbers advantage and get some picks, and reset yourself for a retake. But in order for you to take these safe fights, we need to abuse as many angles as possible in as many different safe fights as possible so that you can apply some efficient damage or maybe get the kills that are gonna allow you to play an easy retake while your cavalry is arriving, while your teammates are scooting in with their scooters. So for an example, this doesn't make sense. That this is your first fight and potentially your last fight as well. Like, as I already mentioned, you put the teleport here. Look at this. Mega safe fight. Mega safe. You can just stay here for one bullet, bam. One guy is out of the server. Second guy is out of the server. Third guy, out of the server. Potentially fourth guy, out of the server. You didn't take a single 50-50 fight. We played 4 pretty safe angles. Maybe you hit 4 body shots. That is 200 plus motherfucking damage. You don't even need to go for a headshot. Finishing off those enemies. Piece of cake for you and your team as well. During the retake. But only taking one chance, with this teleport. Now you go there. Now you're in some kind of a 50-50 fight. That's bad. Like, you really want to, like, you always want to look at the bomb sites and how you're positioning yourself in a way where you can take at least 2, 3, 4 safe fights, you know, 70, 30, 90, 10 fights, before you need to commit yourself into a 50-50. Or before you need to give up the site, wait for your teammates to rotate, and then fight with them. Of course, in eco rounds, you should play like a kamikaze, essentially, and just run it down. No, not really run it down, but we have cheesy strategies, you know, with the shotguns and stuff like that, but you get a point. You know, for example, even when you want to play aggressively in the B-main area of the map, you're not gonna put your teleport here. You're gonna put your TP maybe here. You're gonna put your TP here. So, while we are doing this, once again we have a safe angle where we can play on the drop of that angle and then go for a BAM. Maybe you can stay hidden. Maybe enemies don't know that you went up here. I don't know how deaf they are, you know, in lower elos and lower lobbies. And then BAM. That's also okay. So yeah, especially when you're playing Chamber, maximizing the efficiency of his utility is very important. And when I say efficiency of his utility, I mainly mean like his teleport. Like, teleport should always give you either a potential second off angle that you can play, or an aggressive play where you can potentially get a kill. And that's it. Ben and Gary, join Discord server because like there's 5 coaching programs that you can get. So I don't know, you know, what's gonna be suitable for you. Okay, man. Another tip: if you're already playing with 2 sentinels on a defender side of Abyss, let's put at least some recon utility, some sentinel utility on mid. If your Killjoy already has a turret right here, we don't need your trademark anymore. You know? Anyways, we don't need a trademark here at all. In the first round, fuck the trademark, man. Who's gonna lurk and flank in the first round? 99% of times in ranked solo queue, enemies are gonna do a 5-man push somewhere. Fuck the trademark in the first round. Unless, you know, it's stupid. And if you already want to put this trademark somewhere, put it on mid, you know, put it right here. Like this. So the enemies cannot freely pass towards the top mid. I mean, they can still do it. They can still go through this side. They can still smoke it off, but whatever. Like, at least we have some information here. Bold of you to assume I'm hitting any of those. Now listen, we have another problem here. I think I told you this like during our coaching, but make actually no, this is good. Sorry. I thought that his minimap is actually too big. No, it is fine. But listen, in the first round on the defender's side, listen here. So in the first 4 rounds, you have absolutely nothing that you can use to read the enemies. The only thing that we have in Valorant is data, statistics, experience, and structure. Like, your first 4 rounds should always be mega structured. After the 4th round, we can decide what you will have a lot of info that you can work with. So in the first round, if you already see from the enemy team a mother effing Sova dart in the A main area of the map, time to rotate. Time to rotate. Especially if the enemy's initiator is there, recon initiator, time to rotate. Fuck the bomb sites. In the first round, just prioritize refray potential, playing with your teammates, team play, and that's it. Map control, nada, 0, not important, non importante. Why? In this round, as long as we fight together and we play a proper refray game, you're gonna win this round. You have a limited utility, enemies have a limited utility. We have semi-automatic weapons, enemies have a semi-automatic weapon. So, the easiest way to win the first round is just playing a proper team play refray game. Not even a refray, just fight together. So already now you should be rotating, based on that Sova dart. How much should we be playing Valorant daily to see improvements? I usually force people that I coach to play 1 to 3 games per day minimum. One is like a minimum with some kind of other training. Okay, good reset of utility, but we are super late. Aha, is he gonna follow my advice? We talked about this in our coaching session. Clear your anal cavity so that you don't get butt fucked. Angle clearing could have been a bit better.
That's not good.
Last player standing.
Okay, okay. Listen, here, if the neon is already sliding in your face, and you have a classic pistol, feel free to go for a triple shot. I mean, on this range, especially against the neon that is sliding in your face, everything is a gamble. So why don't we gamble with 3 shots instead of 1?
Last player standing.
But look at this one for an example. So, already at 135. Is it 135? 136. I would have started my rotation. Already here I'm rotating. So, I'm rotating. I'm rotating. I'm rotating. I'm rotating. I'm rotating. I'm still rotating. I'm still rotating. I'm still rotating. And at this moment of time, I'm already close to my jet and clove. And you're still on the B side. Like in the first round, like first contact between you and the enemy team, you need to make some kind of a move. Because 90+% of times in ranked solo queue, enemies will either have no comms and they're just gonna run it down somewhere, or they will agree, yeah, it's time to push A. Go. Also, you have no info how good are your teammates. I don't know how good is this Reyna, the Freezer, this Jet, Clove, Killjoy. I don't know how much I can trust them. And probably in, bronze and iron and silver, we cannot trust them at all. Mostly. So in this round,
Surprise, motherfucker.
winning this round, 2v4. Oh, you need to pull off crazy shit out of your ass. You can still win it, but the reason why we ended up in this situation is because of a rule that you didn't follow and because of a slow rotation. Better timings are needed. Yo, Dark Potato, thank you for the 3-1 sub, man. Now listen. If you lose the second round of Abyss, I would gamble on the A side in the second round. Because most teams in ranked solo queue developed a mentality and a mindset where if enemies are equal and Halbai on defender side of Abyss, let's do a 5-man push on A. I would just gamble on that. Anyways, this round is a complete gamble, like only God knows where the enemies are gonna go, but I would gamble based on economy rather than just randomly positioning myself somewhere. And if you win the first round, second round with an Outlaw or Marshall and Heavy Shield, you're always starting on mid, defending mid, and playing fast rotations between A and B. So in a second round, if you lose the first round with Chamber, what you can do some cheesy strategy to maybe get 1, 2, or 3 kills for your team. So, you get a shorty. Yes, shorty once again. Drop a shorty here with a classic pistol. You put your teleport basically right here. Now, for the rest of the money, you get headhunters. 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. You just want to make sure that you can buy full buy in the next round. I have a Vandal Heavy Shield, Phantom Heavy Shield, stuff like that. You can start the round, by jiggle peeking this angle, or holding it, as a matter of fact, and trying to delete one enemy. After that, you scoot onto the tower, wait, pick up the shorty, wait for the enemies to be right below you, jump onto them. Diabolical. And you can maybe get 2 kills, stay alive, and if one enemy decides to push through the smoke, maybe even a 3rd kill with a classic or a headhunter. Now let's see what's going to happen. And also on the B side, if you're playing this eco round on B, once again play some classic shorty setup. Like those are the easiest kills you can get in Valorant, especially in the lobbies below Immortal 3. Players are just way too unaware. Their utility usage is like all over the place. Even some low Immortal players and Ascendant players, like, only God knows what the fuck they're doing with their utility. Like, you can do the same setup we had in the first round. But how do you TP precisely on Omen? Do you use the map or intuition? You just do a lot of practicing in ranked games and custom server. And also, you know, if you need to do some super precise teleport, let's say through the smoke or something like that, you need to look at the minimap. I know it's a small purple circle, but, you know, make your monitor brighter, essentially. Powerlifting lifts. Powerlifting, mostly. Who would have guessed it? We can actually read enemies in Valorant based on their motherfucking economy. Here as well, like, okay, you wanna put your teleport somewhere here. Put it up on the off angle. You know, we can do this. Then we can do this. Yeah, I also have no idea, like, why the hell is the Omen circle on the minimap purple? And why is it so invisible? Like, that shit would have fixed a lot of the problems for the players that I coach, I must say. Especially now, when we cannot use the smart pings to teleport precisely, you know. Please, man, like, whenever you're rotating through these dangerous areas of the map, where the enemies can be at that moment of time, you know, okay, I'm rotating here with a knife out, but then I do this, I do this, I do this, knife out, and now gun out. That's how we should rotate.
Spike down.
But imagine if you did the strategy that I told you to do. A round would have already been over.
A. Spike down.
You going tower was a okay idea. I mean, you have 3 teammates essentially fighting together, and even though this is an eco round, you still have a headhunter. You can abuse medium and long ranges to kill the enemies, and then somebody needs to take the tower, essentially.
A.
He shot the club at the penis.
Enemy spotted. A.
Listen, when it comes to this mechanical thing, like, you know, there is nothing for me to say. Like, you have the aim training that you should have been doing every single day for the last month and a half. I don't know how much you did it, if you did it at all. So you need to answer that question before I can talk about your mechanics. Now listen, so 2 times in a row, that's 3 actually, 2 times, enemies went onto the B site, onto the A site. What can we use right now to read the enemies? Rule of motherfucking fear. Yes, chances that enemies go A again. and rule of 3 executes. Chances that enemies go A, below 20%. They're probably gonna go B or mid. But because enemies are playing some kind of an eco halberd round, I would actually start by defending the mid. You know, mid control on this map is quite important, essentially. And also, you know, one play that you can do with Chamber, whenever you think that enemies might go either B or mid, is the following. So, you can put your trademark on the B site. Basically, scoot it right here, on this edge, bam. Put your teleport right here, bam. And now, as soon as the round starts, meow, you know, you look at this angle, clear this position, check that, be paranoid, be paranoid. Try to go for a flank and lurk, why not? You literally have a teleport all the way here, and you can clear the whole mid area of the map, and B mid area of the map for your teammates, and potentially surprise the enemies. Especially in the lower elos, you know, and if you get into any fucked up shit, you can just TP away, and that's it. Do you think it would be OP for Omen if Riot made it so that when you press a button in smoke form, it automatically made it max range? I don't know. Like, personally, like, I never had like a single moment of time where I was like, oh man, I wish my smokes were traveling faster. So I don't know. As you become better with Omen, like, that doesn't represent any problems for you, essentially. You know, it's like a skill gap that they have with that utility. Skill ceiling, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it would be much better if I can just press the, you know, some kind of a keybind and it just goes boop, like max distance, like, to be honest. Does the 8K polling rate makes a difference? It depends on which mouse. On some mice, 8K polling rate is absolute dog shit. For example, actually, I don't remember. I don't want to slander any. Maybe we take some sponsorships in the future, you know. But for example, on OP1 8K, brother, this mouse is next league. Then Razer mice were usually, I can feel the difference, and it's good implementation. But there are some mice that where you put the 8K polling rate on a mouse, like, it feels like shit, actually, to be honest. Streamer, what do you think about having a map-specific agent pool? You can do that as well. That is what our friend can do as well. Like, for example, you can play Chamber and Phoenix as your main agents, and you play Chamber and Phoenix as a main on the maps where they work the best. For example, the best maps for Chamber in the current rotation is probably Abyss. Then we have Abyss. Pearl is good for Chamber, but it's good for the... I mean, all of these maps are pretty much good for both Phoenix and Chamber, like, you know, except Abyss. On Abyss, I would play Chamber over the Phoenix. How to counter Odin? You one-tap him. Push him back with utility. Listen, this is also bad when you're playing on a defender's side. Like, if you're defending some kind of a choke point alone, you cannot play this passively. Like, you need to have a line of sight of that mother effing choke point, so that your teammates know when to rotate and what to do. That is why, like, you know, early on, you should, like, the sole purpose of this type of an angle, or 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 this type of an angle, is just to get the early information, just to get the info if enemies are pushing there and what they are doing, potentially get a kill, and then we are abusing other angles and other positions to take the kills. or to commit to the 50-50 fights. You cannot start on the B side like this. Two problems. Problem number one, enemies can literally walk up here and do a fast execute before you even know it. Second problem, enemies can drop here. You don't even fucking hear them. And they can get ready for a full-on execute, essentially. Also, as far as I know, you can jump here without making a sound. They can fuck you up on timing. But the whole problem with this is, like, you're just using one fight to get a kill. Why don't we take 2-3 safe fights before we swing out with a teleport and, you know, kill the enemies? Especially with this TP setup right there. Look where the TP is. What if enemy Jet and Neon right now just run you down? You won't have time to pick up the gun in your hands, and you will already be dead. If they scale up like this. And maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. Like, but I would definitely not gamble my life on what Bronze, Neon, and Jet are gonna do.
Spike planted.
It's okay that you played on Beast at this round, just I would have gambled on something completely different. As I said, like in this round, I would literally leave the Beast set open. If nobody wants to defend it, it's fine. Like, defending that mid area of the map is far more important anyways, and that is the main thing that we were gambling on. And we can do that, you know, flank, lurk, clear the whole mid B main. Aha, now enemies are only aiming, and you can go for a fast flank and lurk and just fuck up the enemies. Because what is one weakness of the enemy team comp? They have nothing to cover the flanks and lurks. Like in this match, we can take enormous amount of space from the enemies, especially if they continue playing together as 5 every single round. Some rounds we can rotate fast with our teammates, some eco halberd rounds we can maybe go for some lurks, flanks, and try to backstab the enemies and stuff like that. Mix it up a bit.
Spike planted. One enemy
A fucking fat ass Jet, bro, like.
remaining.
Okay, this is a scenario that we discussed in that one VOD review that we did already. You ended up 2v1. You have 30 seconds to defuse the spike. Keep your location a secret. Reconnect with your Killjoy. The round is over. We need to figure out a way how we can fight with this guy. And fight on every single angles where he is fighting. Tell the Killjoy, wait a bit, stay there, stay there. Stay there, motherfucker. Stay there. I'm coming. Let's play together. And instead of you taking this fight, and Killjoy is taking her own fights, we just fight together. You know, basically, like, we know that Sova is somewhere here at the backside. There's not a single way how he can kill us, one at a time, without fighting both of us. Now you can play above the Killjoy while she's defusing the spike. Maybe, you know, check this position, this position. You see Sova here. Reset yourself, Killjoy, let's swing. Round is over. We are the leg shot demon. They have a one punch man. We have a leg shot man.
A gift.
Let me see the enemy economy actually this one.
Rolls and we'll. Okay, we know the drill. Stick
If
to your
he
rolls
is
and
gonna
we'll
press a
crush it.
tab. Not today, huh? Did I miss it, chat? You didn't press the tab. Oh, there it is. Okay, they're playing a full buy.
A gift.
Okay, we already talked about this setup. Like, okay, let me showcase you like most of the. I mean, I already did. I already showcased you most of the setups that you should be using on the B side of Abyss. Like, you can use this teleport in order to play like at the back side and to play a bit more safely. Usually, this is the setup that you use in some of these eco rounds, halberd rounds, when you play with the shotguns in that cubby right there. Then you have a TP here when you're playing from the right side, and you know, when you're taking these type of contacts, and then we can teleport on this off angle and take, you know, a position such as this as our secondary spot, stuff like that. Then we have a TP here, self-explanatory, you know, where, you know, you can play all the way there, and also with this teleport, you can scale up forward and take the full beam and area of the map, but you need to have a teammate watching the window for you. Then, that's kind of it. Like, those are all of the setups you have on the B set, and you have this teleport when you want to take the full mid control and maybe go for a flank and lurk. You should not be using any other teleport, location, or a setup on the B set of Abyss. And the trademark always goes behind this wall right here. Simple as that. Now, where do you position initially? But that, you know, depends on how enemies are using utility, what type of economy they have, which gun do you have, and stuff like that. Like, we can abuse every angle that I showcase in my playbook on Abyss that you can use with Jet, Omen, and these agents. You can use with Chamber as well.
Just sit there, Neon, while she's running.
Joke's over! You're dead!
This is terrible, man. Terrible.
Coming in again.
Thanks God that they're not pushing the B set in this match and that they are kind of avoiding you. I see one problem of your TP setup a bit. Bronze players will already be in the site and aiming at TP or destroy the mid lurk TP. That's why you put that trademark there. Because, like, you know, if you're going for this type of a play, like this lurk through mid, like, you need to have a trademark there.
That's a good spot.
And if enemies destroy the trademark, you cannot use the TP anymore, obviously. Or you should use it immediately so that you're ready for the fight. But most of the times, like, if that is destroyed, I'm just gonna pull that shit away and reset it. Like, I'm not gonna teleport into the enemies that already are on the bomb set potentially. Listen, you're way too late for this. Don't go for the flanks and lurks if enemies are already on the site and your teammates are already super close to them and they will be fighting together. Like, this flank and lurk that he's doing right now is one of the worst flanks that you can do in Valorant. Like, just look at the minimap. Like, his teammates are right now in a battle. And this battle can last for maybe 5 to 10 seconds maximum. But after the next 5 to 10 seconds, we're already gonna know who's gonna be the winner of this round. You know, there's no way that your teammates right now play passively and wait for you to flank and lurk. They will be picking these fights up. And right now we should be rotating onto the tower through the vents to support our teammates ASAP. At least this motherfucking killjoy on the tower. By the time that you do this, you might easily end up 1 versus 4, 3, 2, 1. If you end up 1 versus 1, we can maybe win this round if enemies are completely unaware of this timing, but if we end up in any other scenario, like, we're fucked. Like, you want to go for these flanks and lurks at the start of the rounds to take more space in the games where, you know, your teammates are able to delay the enemies executes for maybe like a few seconds, in the games where you can trust your teammates that they're gonna stay alive on the bomb site while you're going for this type of a play. But in a round number 4 where enemies are already on the bomb site, and you cannot run here. Like, while you're doing this, you need to shift. We don't know if any enemies may be in the amen right now, and the whole point of this is to backstab the enemies.
Spike planted.
Like, if you just don't complicate this type of rounds. Like, literally, you're 5v4. Your teammates are ready to fight the enemies. take the goddamn ropes, open the vents, go towards the killjoy, and just play 5v4. And that's it. The problem right now is like, he made so many footsteps that was the point of this. What's the point? Like, what's the point right now of this shit that you did? I mean, maybe enemies are deaf. I don't know how good like bronze and iron players and silver players like perceive audio information. Probably not that well, but I'm not teaching you to play against these players for the rest of your life. That's the point. Like, basically, whatever you do in Valorant, like, you don't want to abuse the bad habits to rank up. Even if those bad habits are working at that specific skill level. And that is the worst shit that you can do. Because once you get accustomed to one bad habit or multiple bad habits, it's gonna be mega hard fixing them later, when it's important to not have these bad habits. Like, for an example, like, I don't know, League of Legends. League of Legends, for an example. Like, right now I'm playing Evelyn, and I'm playing her like a maniac. Like an absolute maniac. And I know that what I'm doing is gonna get 10 times punished in Master Tier and Grandmaster. But that doesn't mean, like, and it's gonna be pretty hard changing my playstyle in the short amount of time once I get into a bit higher elo lobbies again. Mega fucking hard on that character. A good play is always a good play. A bad play is always a bad play. And that is where the story ends.
Teleport's ready.
One enemy remaining.
Like, you know, here, I don't know, enemies are a bit deaf, I guess. By the way, it's good that you use this teleport, to be honest. I would have used it as well.
One enemy remaining.
We know that the last enemy is on tower. We should be peeking with the like, listen, in this type of 2v1s, I usually recommend to the players, you know, bait your teammate, let him take the first contact and stuff like that. And then fight with your teammate. But if you're playing a chamber or a jet and you have a dash ability or a teleport ready, maybe take that fight before your teammate. Like, because anyways, you have a tool to reset yourself. You can maybe distract that enemy and then your teammate can take a free kill.
Last player standing.
Okay. I swear to God, like, if you just rotated on A site and you just played with your teammates, we would have won this round 20 seconds ago. Yep. Listen, I know, you know, the B site is your default site, but in these type of matches when you cannot read the enemies, you know, they're just super focused on one site, they don't want to change the patterns, or you don't know what they're gonna do, the best idea is to start on mid. You know, with chamber you can take some initial space with the teleports, you know, here. You can just play faster rotations towards A site and B site. And that, you know, tell Killjoy, go play B. I'm gonna play mid and fast rotations, and that's it. I just so enemies have Neon ultimate and Neon in their team. They have a Jet and Phoenix. They will be rushing pretty fast onto this B site. When are you gonna have a chance to use this teleport from this position? Like if they just stomp us and we don't get initial contact onto the enemies there, how can we teleport here?
Coming A again.
It is what I was talking about. Like, I mean, okay, we won 3 rounds, but we did kind of nothing. Our enemies are just going A. if enemies have a tendency to just push one area of the map and one bomb site over and over again, you can either gamble onto that site moving forward, you know, if they're disregarding every rule in our playbook, or just play in some rotation type of area where you can support your team as both on A, B, and mid. Hero, you're also wasting your time. Pick up this teleport and rotate. Fuck it. You know, the only thing that we saw from the enemies in the first 4 rounds is they love to do a 5-man push on A for 4 rounds in a row. That's the only information that you have. You can keep the mid control at this moment of time and gather this information for your team and still be ready for a fast rotation towards the A site. If enemies end up B, no problem. Like in ranked solo, especially in low elos, medium elos as well. You are willing to play 5v5 retakes in order to be able to keep the information about the enemies and to play with your teammates and to play on a perfect refrag potential. Okay, 5v5 retakes, no problem. Much better than a 1v5 retake where you're the last alive and retaking the A site right now. Much better. One guy in the chat said that he's open to multiple angles, like, it doesn't matter. When you're playing chamber, like, yeah, you can play whichever angle you want, as long as you have a teleport, just, this is not a good positioning whatsoever, like, we're just wasting our teleport at this point.
Hi! I'm pissed!
You see, this is also a problem. Like, the Phoenix went through the vents. Like, basically, on a map such as Abyss, if you already have a trademark for one of the bomb sites, so here, or here, and your whole team pulls towards one area of the map, while the mid area of the map is open, fuck that bomb site that you're playing. And this not only applies to Abyss, it applies to any map. You cannot play on the B set anymore, because you can get butt fucked through mid, and your teammates can also get butt fucked through mid. If you already have this trademark, we need to trust that trademark, play this position, and hold mid. And make sure that enemies cannot lurk up through here and fuck us up. Same as on any map, like Corrode for an example. You're defending B side, let's say you have this trademark here. You went for the aggressive beam and peek. And you see on the minimap that most of the enemies are pushing A, and your whole team is here. You need to rotate towards the top mid and keep this control. And maybe also be ready to play faster rotation towards your teammates on A if enemies are committing towards the A push. And we need to leave the B set open. Otherwise, not only that you can get fucked, but once again, your teammates can get butt fucked. A lot of butt fucks today. Sorry guys, I don't know, I have some anal fetish I've developed through these years of playing Valorant. Probably because I'm getting fucked by the Valorant
Hi! I'm
for the last 5 years. Once again, you don't need to rotate through spawn. If you already know that mid is clear and the remaining enemies are on the A site, take these ropes, go towards the vents, and just play with your killjoy. And anyways, your killjoy is playing alone. Perfect. Perfect, bro. 3 of your teammates are playing together. We play with the killjoy. 2-3 setup. Muy bien.
40 dead.
And always make your decisions based on the information that you have. Ultimate status, economy, minimap, utility usage, and patterns that enemies developed. Like, you're not playing in a team environment. You know, you cannot anchor the bomb sites for 20 seconds and trust that your teammates are gonna repel the enemies on opposite sides and then win those fights. Also, making up shit out of your randomly making up shit based on nothing is also bad. Out of thin air. No more anal cavity, huh? So, if enemies are already doing 5-man executes on A, And every round they did it. And they're pushing super fast. Nobody's lurking, flanking. Just play on that info that you have. Until you get some other information on the minimap or based on timings and based on what your teammates are doing.
One enemy remaining.
Here.
Spike down A.
Zets are ready.
Reloading.
Teleport's ready.
Listen, man, like, whenever you're dropping, I mean, it doesn't matter if you want to silently drop or if you want to drop with a sound. But whenever you're dropping through these ropes, you should always drop like this. Like, basically, you hold the shift, attach yourself, and then detach yourself to silently drop down. So, essentially, like this. Especially in the situations where sound matters. You know, we want to surprise this Jet. You know, Jet only knows that one guy is here, one guy is backside. If we hold the shift, attach at the end of the rope, continue holding the shift, drop down, that's it. Now when the Jet comes in, she's gonna pre-aiming this position. You're here, round is over.
I would apologize.
I would apologize. Once again, like, I would just take the full mid control and maybe go for that, you know, mid lurk with my teleport and trademark, as long as the enemies are pushing A. Because when you go for that lurk through mid, you can go for a really fast, early flank and backstab the enemies. They should release a map with similar property to recon bundles, several variants. I don't understand. What do you mean? Similar property to recon bundles. What are recon bundles? Did enemy team once push? No, not a single time. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, if something is working, you don't need to fix it as well. I mean, if we won 4 out of 5 rounds, and we're winning the rounds like this, we can continue doing this shit. You know? Enemies are probably gonna push B once. But, personally, if the enemies push B, I think that our protagonist is gonna get fucked. Because of how bad of a setup he has. So, I hope that enemies don't push B during this VOD review. Oh? Huh? Is it time to get fucked? Absolutely demolished.
I have them.
Oh. Okay, we're working on your mechanics with aim training and stuff like that. Like, that is our kill. But let's focus on the gameplay problems. So listen. With a chamber, you cannot pussy out if you already have a teleport. Even if 5 enemies... Like, I have this... Once again, I need to mention this is a bad setup. And how he played this, very bad. I explained at the start of the VOD review. You know, every setup. Even if I have this, and somehow I end up here, even if 5 enemies with 5 operators are looking towards the site right now, you need to do this. Like, we need to abuse this teleport, at least for 1 bullet or 1 burst fire with a peeker's advantage, to maybe get a kill, and then we can reset. And, of course, during the executes, you cannot get stuck here as a chamber player. You cannot get stuck here as a chamber player. That's why we are using most of our teleports towards the left side. You know, you're not playing a plebe, you're not playing Killjoy, bro. You're not playing Cypher. You're playing chamber. And as I already mentioned, it is very important that you communicate to your teammates what type of smokes do you need when you're defending a site. Like right now, this smoke in the middle of the site would have been so good. Because that smoke allows you to do a lot of random shit. You know? So for example, in some rounds, where it is really important for you to defend the site, like enemies have a lot of great ultimates for the post plant, for an example. Or you're playing Eco Halby. Like you just sneak up into this smoke, play on this edge, you can pop out like on timing, maybe get 1, 2, 3 kills, especially in low elo. But you can demolish the enemies on timing. So, as soon as you saw the Phoenix flash, enemies are coming B, help me out. Motherfuckers. Don't tell them motherfuckers, like, you know, they're probably gonna flame you. Club, can you give me a smoke that I told you to give me? Middle of the site. Enemies are pushing. Bam. Now, okay, it's totally fine. You know, maybe you can try to go for a play now. Because in low elo, players are completely, you know, autopiloting. They don't know what is this smoke for, how to use that smoke and stuff like that. Maybe you can on timing, you know, let the Neon and Jet pass you and then you fuck up the Phoenix, Sova, and the rest of the enemy team. But the worst thing that can happen to you during the enemy executes is you get stuck on a position like this one. As a chamber. Like your first fight is your last fight. And your first fight is not even a good fight as well. And you still have a teleport that you didn't use to maybe kill one enemy. Rule of 3 everything comes with Ilium Bronze, actually true. I know, kinda dumb, but any way to stop autopiloting. Soon I'm gonna make a video about that. Like, listen. The problem is, I don't know where the fuck I explained that shit. Actually, hey, listen. I think instead of this video, just a moment, like, go on my Discord server, go to important guides, and I'm 90% certain that in the video number 12, I explained how to fix autopiloting. Like the most common mistakes that keep you stuck in Valorant. I'm 90% certain I explained that there. And quite in-depth. My stage is Speak Immortal. Okay, that's good. JY, I think of a map like Ascent, but the market is in a different place, depending on the game. The thing Chamber is strong in the current meta. S tier. S tier, to be honest, like, with all of the nerfs to the agents, like, after 3.5 years, he is once again, not a true S, you know, S minus, A plus. Depends what type of player you are, to be honest, and what are your strengths and weaknesses, but really good, really good. Yeah, let's continue with that. What? Now listen, in this next round, I would actually play B set again. You know? Now, why would I play B in the next round? Usually, when, for the enemies, something doesn't work for a very long period of time, especially in low elos. Like, they fail the A push 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time, and all of a sudden, they decide to do a B push, and it works for them like a charm. They will have more confidence to do this shit again. So once again, you have 2 options. You can prepare some good setup on B with your Reyna, or you can give your Reyna a trademark and go for a fast lurk and fuck up the enemies. Like, going through mid in this match would be so good to fuck up the enemies, because they're never taking mid control. They have nobody on mid. They behave towards that area of the map like it doesn't exist, essentially.
Let's go.
Ultimate, okay. Shorty Headhunters, okay. TP setup towards A-Link, okay. Just when you're using a teleport there, make sure that it is hidden. Like, make sure that the teleport is, you know, literally behind the cover. But okay. Okay. Holding this angle. Okay. Did our teammates just stop? Our teammates are malfunctioning, bro. Like, like what's going on? Like, I would just like if you're a bit more proactive in your matches. Like, that's the whole point. Like, I feel that you're playing way too passively for the agent that you're playing. And you need to adapt yourself a bit more to what the hell enemies are doing and what the hell your teammates are doing. Especially if you notice during the games that enemies don't behave towards an area of the map like it exists. Abuse it. Especially if it's a mid area of the map. And especially if it is Abyss. Also, when you're playing top mid, like, you cannot just lock yourself onto this angle. You can hold this angle at the start, but then you need to check, you know, top mid, then check this, like, we need to keep that information, man. We cannot allow the enemies to come close to this position and just run towards our teammates. Sniping top or bottom better, you need to shift. If you're playing alone mid, you need to get the info here and here. Essentially. And listen, like, even if you're starting on top mid, you should put the trademark somewhere. You know, on any of these 3 positions that I've mentioned. Like, you have literally only 3 trademarks on a defender side of Abyss. Put it somewhere. And also, like, let me ask you something. So, enemies for 6 rounds are doing 5-man executes. You hear the Sova ultimate onto the A site. Oh no, I'm gonna stay holding mid. Your Clove is fighting for her life. Their life. His life. I don't know. We need to see the genitalia first. Help her out. Teleport, reset the teleport. That's the only information that you have. You don't have info if someone is mid. And I don't personally give a fuck if someone is mid. Because if they are, they will need a lot of time to go through this mid area of the map in order to flank us, lurk us, and to backstab us. But a Clove is gonna die alone if you don't help her out. Them they dissed us. Did I hear a click there? Ah, okay, he's using... never mind.
Beautiful.
Give me those back.
Listen, man, like, on the angles where you're in a huge angle perception disadvantage, you cannot peek those angles slowly. Like, for example, this type of an angle, you cannot peek like this. Or with a shift. If an enemy is here, you're fucked. If an enemy is here, you're fucked. They see your shoulder and your body much faster than you see them. So if a certain wall from which you're peeking is closer to you than towards the enemies, you just need to take that fight essentially and that's it. Or jump spot the enemies first if they already know about you and then get that idiot out of the server. That's how we peek this angle. If you do, just look how dangerous this was.
Beautiful.
Like, you don't know if this Killjoy, Neon, sorry, is here, here, or here. Right now, as you're doing this type of a peek, what if the guy is there? He is ready for you, he sees your shoulder, he can already now start shooting you, to be honest. At the end of the day, he can pre-fire you as well on your next step. What the hell is this, like? AI.
Last player standing.
Once again, like, I don't know why you simply don't play on the information that you have.
Spike planted.
And this is why, like, I kind of recommended to you I recommended to you does this eine meine the Omen as a main agent for now. Like, your mechanics are not really your strongest point, you know? Like, we can still work on your mechanics tremendously. I just feel that if you actually listen to my advice, you use the content that I gave you, the training and everything, and you just put in like 200 hours of Omen, on Omen, you'll get Ascendant 1 in a matter of few months. We can still continue playing Chamber, I have nothing against it, to be honest. But if you want to play Chamber, you better do the aim training and warm-up that I gave you every single fucking day. No rest days. And I need to ask you again, like, what is your new sensitivity? Because I told you to use 0.35 at 800 DPI, and my dude cannot make this type of a flick. Just look at the mousepad.
Spike planted.
My dude needs to swipe. Like, he's cleaning the mousepad with a mouse, bro. Like, for this type of a flick. These are the situations where you pull out the shorty, and that is why the shorty exists.
Teleport's ready.
We can actually win this round. Like, you know that Neon is top mid. You know that Clove is towards the tower. Right now, you can literally just do this. Well, I'm lost. Like, we can go here, kill the Clove or Neon, go towards the site, half defuse the spike while one enemy is tower, and then kill this guy. The worst decision here is to not do anything, because our economy is amazing. When you have an amazing economy, you should try clutching up these rounds. There's no reason to save. You already have, like, plenty of money to play for the rest of this match. And it's 1v2 only. And you have 20 more seconds to defuse the spike. Approximately. Based on that. Oh, the Neon is actually behind us. Easy kill. But, you know that one guy is left. Why do we expose our ass towards that guy? Like, when you're taking this type of fights, the first thing you should ask yourself is, how can, like, generally speaking, when you end up 1v2, 1v3, the only thing that you're thinking about is, how can I position myself the best to just isolate 1 versus 1 fights? And that's it. We heard the Sova here. We have a smoke here. Very safe fight. Very good fight as well. We heard the Neon behind us. We killed that motherfucker. We're out. Don't drop down. We killed the Clove. Round is over.
Enemy remaining.
Dead.
I was wondering what type of setup he has on the A side, considering what he has on the B side. Okay, listen. Let me show you some setups on A. So first of all, this teleport right here, we're starting on A. Once again, you should either do your trip here and then go A. You can use your trip here for A-Link and then go A, or you can just put your trip for aim and area of the map. It's okay, fine, whatever. Now, teleport. First teleport. We can put the TP basically on top of the A tower, right here. And this TP you use when you want to basically overextend a bit more. Like, you know, when you want to take more space from the enemies and essentially your idea is to push them, you know, in this area of the map. Now, this TP here, you use when you primarily want to play from this corner right here. You want to walk up into this position, abuse some kind of a double bait setup, or take some kind of an off angle such as this one to fight the enemies and take a kill. Now, if you just want to play passively for the info like basically jiggle peeking this. Then you should use your teleport up here, like that. We jiggle peek enemies, maybe on timing. Maybe we can hold them as well. Try to get a kill, and then you instantly have second off angle or safe position that you can play. You can position here however you want. We can play far left, far right, in the middle. Like usually I love to hold this angle like this, you know, to line up this position perfectly, and then bop, one more enemy is dead. Another thing that you can do is you can put your teleport basically on the left side, right here. And with this teleport, you can go for this type of a play when you want to fight with your teammates or maybe around this default smoke. Also, what is a good strategy? I mean, strategy, whatever. Good play that you can use in low elos and medium elos with chamber. You can put some kind of a teleport, like this, and tell your Clove or Omen or whoever the fuck is with you to do a deeper smoke towards the enemies here. And the smoke looks like this, essentially. And then on timing, you can try to dodge the enemy's recon utility through the smoke and get a pick. Also, you can play with the shotguns, with the close range weapons, and demolish the enemies. But the absolutely worst thing that you can do is whatever the fuck are we doing right now? We're not getting the early contact with the enemies. We don't know if enemies are gonna push A. They can walk up, then do the execute. And we have only one angle on which we are fighting the enemies. Criminal. Is 0.175 at 1600 good sense. So what is that? 0.30? Yes. It's like average for Valorant. It should be okay. Depends on, you know, if it works for you. When you have a day where 3 games in a row you have someone full throwing round 1, how do you even mentally come back? Or do you just throw in the towel? You don't give a shit about these games. Like, you need to behave towards those type of games like nothing happened. Like, you try to win these games. You try to use your teammates. If your teammates are throwing, they're just running it down. Use that teammate to maybe refrag him. Maybe you can win a match even with that type of a teammate. But the thing is that you cannot control should never impact your mentality. Like in real life, brother, a tree falls onto your car. You don't cry because of that. It's a fucking tree that randomly fell. It could have happened to anybody. You don't give a fuck, essentially. The question is, why don't you have a garage for your car? You know, that's a question for an example. It's your fault, actually. So, same, you know, in Valorant, like, your teammate is trolling, he's toxic, like, what can you do about that? You cannot change a person in 20 years of life. You cannot change a guy in 30 minutes of a video game. Quincy, you can get free coaching through giveaways. I organize them regularly on my Discord server. But yeah, there's also the paid coaching as well, like.
Here. Out of
Dropping
charges.
smokes.
Listen, in ranked solo queue, most of the time, the only teammates that you need to control are, guess who? Your controllers. Like, what a conundrum in this video game. Like, what type of smokes you have on the bomb sites and what type of smokes your controllers give you will greatly decide how fun of a time you're gonna have on a defender's and attacker's side. If enemies are pushing A, and you don't wanna abuse any close range weapons here to kill them, tell your Clove to give you a one-way smoke here. We can just hold that smoke with the teleport that you have and just completely and absolutely demolish and fuck up the enemies. What in the God's name is this smoke setup that we have right now? Also, one play that I didn't mention is like same as on the B side. If you wanna take mid control and maybe lurk up through mid, what you can do is like you can put a trademark here at the start of the round, put the teleport basically here, and with this TP you can go for a bit more risky play through mid and take a fast mid control, you know, like you can destroy the doors, and aggress the enemies to here and try to bug them up. But it's a bit more risky play, like, that you should not always do. Mainly with your teammates, you know. For this type of a play, I would really like to have a smoke here. So when I'm clearing the smoke, I'm in a 1v1 fight. Then I can get to the teleport and I can actually do this safely.
Enemy spotted mid.
That's a kill.
There they are.
Okay, we heard the Neon there as well. Neon might be on the side, but... Okay. Crosshair placement is absolute penis, man. Spicy stream, well stream, man.
Here.
The thing Breeze should come back with a rework. Let me tell you something. How to make Breeze great again. Charlatan map designer. You wouldn't believe it. You just remove this shit right here. And they already did it once. You remove this shit. The tube. The map is amazing. The map is one of the best maps in ranked solo queue, to be honest.
Spike planted.
Ooh, hello, Jet. Listen, man, like, if enemies already planted a spike on B, even though this enemy is close to you, stuck in the A main, let your Clove deal with that Jet. We need to rotate. I mean, by the time that this Jet kills your Clove or they take a fight, we can just kill these two enemies on the B site and defuse the spike. Why are we wasting our time on the Jet that is stuck in the A main area of the map?
I don't think so.
Killjoy Ultimate. Killjoy Ultimate for a 5v2 retake. Only in Bronze 1. But the funny thing is, like, this doesn't happen only in Bronze 1. Like, this is Platinum, Diamond, even Low Ascendant. Like, you can see various type of shit. You almost never put the teleport here when you're playing on the B. Once again, a criminal setup. If you already have a Killjoy on B, you might as well just... And you have a trademark for B. You have a turret for B. You have a Killjoy on B. We don't know if enemies are gonna go B. Just play mid. Support your Jet and play fast rotation towards B. I mean, you're already on the B.
A. Smokes.
We should be running.
A, yep. Yeah.
Usain Bolt. Oh, you wanna do this type of a play. You wanna take the space from the enemies in a main area of the map. And you don't know if all 5 enemies are on the opposite part of the map. We need to shift. If you wanna do this type of a play, okay. I have nothing against it because enemies have been doing 5-man executes this whole match, mostly. But we cannot gamble that much. Like, only God knows what the fuck enemies are gonna do right now. I mean, I will still rotate fast towards the ace. And, you know, the best idea right now is just rotate on A and help your teammates on A, kill the enemies on A, and that's it. If you want to go for this play, shift, gun in the hands, clearing all of the angles one at a time.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Enemy spotted A.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
But usually it's a bad idea in this silo.
Too slow.
Once again, you know, like, your economy is so good that I don't see a reason why would you not try to win this round. And your only way of winning this round is just going to the A main and let's take the fights. You don't have time to shift. You don't have time to do this. I will still try to win this round. Like, I'll try to take the fights. Fuck it. To be honest, you know what I would try here? I would even try to go for a ninja defuse. Like, fuck, literally fuck it. Mid-start.
Smokes A.
My face tells you what I think about this teleport.
Pew pew. Enemy spotted A.
Listen, so I already talked about all of this through this VOD review. I don't want to repeat myself. But just when you're doing this type of plays, like, you know, you want to go behind the enemies and take more space from them, you need to clear one angle at a time. And you cannot just peel every single angle that you're approaching. Angles that you can clear with a jiggle peek, you clear them with a silent step mechanic and jiggle peek. Bam. That's okay. Now we peel this. Bam. Peel, 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 peel. Peel, 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 peel. I come here. Bam. Bam. Peel, 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 peel. Peel, 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 peel. Oh, there, one guy can be there. Bam. 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 Angles that you can clear with your A and D keys, you clear them with A and D keys. Angles that you need to peel, you just fucking peel. Bam. 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 Go, 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 go. Bam. That's it. I play very low sensitivity, 0.13 and 8. Oh, Jesus Christmas, man. Like, 0.13 at 800 DPI. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, if you want to play Jet and Valet, on that sensitivity, it's impossible. That's why, in Valorant, the lowest sensitivity I would go for is 0.2 at 800 DPI. And that's like a bottom of the bottom. Even if you're an ARM aimer, with 0.13, it's impossible to do the dashes, to do the executes, to flick left and right, to gather the information like I think you should go higher. Like, I really don't see a reason for somebody to play on 0.13. Like, you cannot tell me that 0.2 at 800 DPI is that high that you cannot control it. Like, come on, bro. Only if you have a Parkinson's disease, that is a high sensitivity. I don't know, man. You know, 0.13 at 800 DPI is like... I don't know in which video game that sensitivity is okay, to be honest. I would try to go a bit higher, like, and get... You know... Everything between 0.2 and 0.25 is pretty low for Valorant. And are sensitivities that are quite easy to control at 800 DPI. When it comes to crosshair placement, micro adjustments and stuff like that, as long as you're using your whole arm to aim. Because if you want to main Jet and Valet, like, it's gonna be impossible for you to play on that sensitivity. Literally impossible.
Enemy spotted A.
Here.
Listen, man, like, the final thing on this defender side is, like, pay more attention on how you should clear some of these angles. You know, usually in Valorant, like, what you want to do is the following. Like, when you're clearing the angles, you always want to pull yourself away as much as possible from the wall, from the angle that you're clearing, essentially. Then, positions that you can jiggle peek, you jiggle peek them, like the common spots where players usually like to play, and that they can play. Like, you cannot clear this angle like this. I just, my dude is a taxi driver. Meow. Like, you're not playing Formula 1 simulator. You know? When you clear the angles like this, you're in a huge disadvantage. You're not ready for a fight with your crosshair placement and movement. The peeker's advantage is not working for you at all. And if that Sova was holding you, you would probably be dead.
Enemy spotted A.
Hey, Minister Soval.
Here.
One enemy remaining.
Teleport's ready. I am sorry.
Listen, when it comes to mechanical skill, once again, I'm just gonna say that you should, like, you just continue doing the warm-up and aim training that I gave you. Like, you don't need to do anything else. Just continue. Like, that warm-up and aim training is working on every single one of these problems.
Spot first.
And it's good. It's gonna work. How do I know it's good? If it works for 99% of players that I coach, there's no way it's not gonna work for you. The problem is, like, I don't know how much you did the aim training.
A gift.
One tap. I told you, man. The guy's leg shot, man.
Here.
Target down.
And my god, you're passive with decision, bro. Like with Chamber, you need to have the confidence to take this type of fights. Like, you know enemies are splitting the B set right now. You have a teleport. You need to take some fight and some opportunity to kill somebody somewhere. Okay, you don't want to fight enemies on B, but let's at least try to kill these enemies on mid. There's nothing that you should be afraid of, as long as you have the Chamber's teleport around yourself. Take that fight. Take the reps, at least, so you realize how you should be fighting. Because if you're never taking these fights, how are you gonna learn how to take them? You know? Basically, you know, everything that you see in the videos, in the guides and stuff like that, you need to put that shit into work. And put in some reps. Like here. My Jet died on mid. Enemies are splitting the B side. Okay, fuck it. I need to take this fight on mid. And kill somebody on mid. Before the enemies make an absolute sandwich out of us. Let's kill enemies on mid. And then we can focus on enemies on B. You know, we take one kill there, then we can hold this angle. Kill one more guy. And now focus on enemies that are moving towards the B side. Like, especially in these type of situations, where you lose some map control, and where you know exactly where are the enemies, and what they're doing, we need to take some fight. If you're in the numbers disadvantage, economy disadvantage, enemies, you know exactly where are the enemies, we need to play semi-aggressively.
Target down.
You don't need to commit yourself into every fucking stupid fight in this world, but with a Chamber's teleport, every single fight is a smart fight, at the end of the day.
You had your fun. My turn.
I have them.
You know what's funny? Like, he actually put a proper trip on B side. And what do we do now? Oh, listen. Oh, what is this crosshair placement? Like, listen. Look, this is very important for you, chat, as well. Like, if you know how the enemies are gonna peek you on some angle, you already know how should you place your crosshair for that angle. Like, for example, if I already hear the enemy's footsteps or multiple enemies going through here, your crosshair should be ready for the widest swing that you can catch. So if this is your reaction time, and if enemies just swing through here, that's where your crosshair should be. Ready for the widest right swing possible. And you just do left flick micro adjustments. if you think that enemies are gonna jiggle peek you here, or you don't hear them, like you think they're gonna go for a slow peek, that is when you place your crosshair like this.
Spike planted.
I will try to clutch up this round as well. Fuck it. Like we have economy for the last round. Like let's go. Like right now, I don't know. Put the teleport here. Let's go. Let's take this fight. Let's take this fight. Let's try to kill the enemies on mid. Let's pick up this gun from the clove. Let's clear the mid area of the map, and just go. Why would the enemies peek you here? No, there is no way you're playing on 0.35 at 800 DPI, man. Like, no, there's no way. Like, you're still on your old sensitivity, bro, and this is fucked up. This is fucked up.
You lose.
Yo, I thought, bro, like, no, we have some criminal chamber player here, but he's gonna get better. He's gonna get better. Howdy, man. I didn't see you for a long time. Like, are you even streaming?
Last player standing.
That works.
If you're up for some duos, man, I'm up for that. Like, next week, I'm starting to grind again. I really need a duo queue to keep my mental health in check.
Nowhere to run!
Enemy spotted mid.
Basically, this round is same as the previous one. I don't want to talk about it. Literally, the same example, same shit that you should be doing, and you're not doing it.
There they are.
That's a sick Vandal skin you got mentioned with a gun, buddy.
Here.
Thank you, man. The only problem is, like, I give money to the CCP. The MMR system is so shit in this game that I just go on an alt account after hitting Radiant this act. I know, man, like basically, you know, I only play solo queue for the last 5 years, 6 years. And every time I get to like 700, 800 rank rating. Plus 10, bro. Plus 10, minus 30, bro. Like, thanks God, like, in one act I got 800 rank ratings, so my main account, you know, is in a bit better shape than my alts. But after 700, like, it's just, I don't know, man. Playing solo queue is impossible.
Planted.
Are we searching for the ghost now? Like, you know, enemies are on the B side. Your teammates are going for a retake. Enemies can be close to us. Let's fight with them. We have a teleport ready as well. Yep, I know, I know.
Teleport's ready.
Like I never left!
Turret out.
And let's be honest, like, we have plenty of those in Europe. Plenty. Do you know that I started playing Valorant again like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, in September. And in 2 months I had like 20 cheaters against me. I got a rank refund 20 times in 20 games. And of course I got only +3, +2.
Refreshing.
That's also crazy. I don't know how like, why is there so many cheaters, bro? In
They have
Radiant
one Odin.
and Immortal 3.
Too slow. My ult is
Last player standing.
Okay, I think we discussed your defender side quite in depth. I showcased to you every single chamber setup that you should be doing. And now you know what you should do. Like, we cannot play this passively. We have very good options with chamber to play aggro with the teammates around these setups. Like, this gameplay is no bueno.
too slow. My ult is
Last player.
Okay, let's see what he does on attack. I stopped thinking about the game and the teammates now. I just tab out every time I die and do Kovacs. No, so more like long time ago. long time ago, bro. Like I just focus on yourself, king. Basically, that's the Europe experience. Do you think they should make so you can only solo queue in Immortal? I'm a huge fan of that, to be honest, because that's like a true test of skill, and I think the matchmaking would have been better. I think the matchmaking in Valorant would be better if you can only solo queue from Immortal 1+. But at the same time, it's a team play game, you know? So I don't know. Like, I'm very biased there, because I only play solo games. Every game that I grind, I play solo, like, and I really like the League of Legends. Yeah, I love the League of Legends rank system, which is much better than Valorant. And what is a biggest conundrum in this universe is, from 2020, Valorant could have copy-pasted every solution that they applied in League of Legends, and it will work better in Valorant than whatever the fuck shit we got right now. Solo duo queue, flex queue, honor system, report system is better. Like, people are getting actually banned for various type of shit. Then MMR and matchmaking feels more balanced. I don't know. Like, I just feel when I'm playing a league game, unless, of course, a guy is smurfing, it is better. It feels better. Then, yeah, the shop. But, you know, you need to understand why the shop works in Valorant in this way. You know, it's the FOMO type of shit, like, you know. You have a limited time to get a skin, and if you don't get it, like, you're gonna get it in 2 years from now. I mean, that's how they're making money. Then, Premier system is good in Valorant, for an example. I love the Premier system. Premier is really good, and how they made the path to pro. But let's be honest, they're not even supporting tier 2 and tier 3 players. They don't give a shit. They only use game changers as a PR as well. Like, the only thing they care about is 10 sentinels in tier 1. So yeah. I think FOMO is still losing the money, though. I think that they would have changed the shop system long time ago if it was not working. You feel me? Like, I think they know what they're doing when it comes to making money. Yeah, like, Isaac, bro, like, there's so much talent in Europe, especially CIS and region and is Turkish players and stuff. Like, literally, EU in Valorant could have been a, you know, Korean or Chinese super server. Literally. Especially because the most amount of players, I think, is in Europe. Around 3 million, 4 million, something like that. Which is far more than any other server. Okay, attacker side of Abyss. Let's talk about rank solo queue, low elo, and stuff like that in this map. So, you switch the sides. Very good. Very nice. First thing you ask yourself is, which map are you playing? You're playing Abyss. Your default site is still B site, number 1 priority, Ace at number 2 priority, mid number 3 priority. Now, because you're playing in, you know, ranks between Iron 1 and Diamond 3, I would highly advise you that in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you don't complicate. Just do the 5-man executes with your teammates and focus on the basic stuff. Focus on the basic refrag potential, good utility usage, good pathing, good scaling. Most of the times, that's what you need to win the matches in low elo. At least for the first 4 rounds where you have no idea how enemies are positioning on the defender side and what they're doing. And we have no idea how good are our teammates, basically. Now, how you push, which pattern you should use, depends on the enemy team comp. If enemies have 1 or more hardcore sentinels, chamber doesn't count, veto doesn't count. Just do 3 times in a row, 5-man push on B. It's far more unpredictable than if you just go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Test the enemies on B set, see how they play there, and that's it. The reason why I would never lead my teammates below Ascendant 1 onto the A site, where they maybe have a Cypher, Deadlock, or some kind of a shit like that, is quite self-explanatory. Your Bronze, Silver, Diamond, I don't know, Platinum team, God knows how they're gonna push against these agents. How much of aware they're gonna be from every single shit that they can do to your team. On B set, it's kind of easy to outmaneuver the Sentinels. Like, they have a limited setups that they can use, and you can expect, you can kind of counter it easily. On A set, you cannot. Like, for example, Vice. Vice does a wall on A, your Jet dashes in. Yes, with the chamber and teleport, like, you can basically put a TP up here, go together with a Jet, and even if you end up in some kind of a minefield of Razor Vines, you can still get a kill, TP away, use the life of your Jet to get a kill, and that's it. But once again, it's just a huge gamble in this elo. Thankfully, enemy team composition is terrible. Like, against this team comp, we can try the 5-man pushes, we can try to lurk and flank in some of the rounds, if the 5-man executes are not working, especially you as a chamber. We have some good TP setups to connect fast with our teammates, while still lurking through mid, for an example. So against this team comp, it really doesn't matter what you do in the first round, as long as you do a 5-man push either A or B. There's no reason for the mid control early on. Now, in the first round, what you buy with the chamber depends on how confident you feel in your, mechanical skill. You can go for a light shield for headhunters. You can go for just headhunters straight up. I mean, that's it, essentially. There's nothing else, basically. And listen, if you already have a main sentinel in your team that can cover the flanks and lurks, let that guy use his utility for the flanks and lurks. You have a Killjoy. You have a Killjoy. Let the Killjoy put this alarm bot, and you don't waste money for the stupid trademark in the first round. You can play Light Shield Classic for Headhunters. One of your teammates dies, you have a Ghost for Headhunters Light Shield. What else do you need? Or 8 Headhunters, brother. You can go for 8 body shots and kill 40 enemies. If they don't buy Light Shields, which on Abyss people kinda buy mainly the Ghost and Sheriff in the first round. The only times you should buy a trademark in the first round is if you're the only Sentinel in the team. But even then, in the first round, you don't need to prioritize the trademarks that much. Now, on Abyss, personally, I would use only 2 trademarks on the attacker side. So this is your default one. And this one you use when you're defaulting, you're splitting B, you're splitting A, you're pushing A site for almost every fucking scenario. This one here, you only use when you're doing a 5-man push onto B. The reason why I personally don't like this trip, if I'm doing a 5-man push on B, is because if enemies already want to lurk like this, through mid or through A main, they need a lot of time. They need a lot of time to get behind you. While maybe, enemies are gonna do a fast push through mid and be ready to make a sandwich out of you in the B mid. So, end of the story. Like, just this and this are your main trademarks on the attacker side of Abyss. And that's it. Now, in this round, we're pushing A site. When it comes to the enemy team composition, you should expect against a team comp that has 3 duelists to play a bit more aggressively. What is the biggest problem for us here? Phoenix. Like, when you're scaling up through A main, B main, mid, we need to take some kind of a cover. Or we need to have a teleport with ourselves. And we need to be ready for these flashes, otherwise we can get cucked quite easily. So everything else is whatever, to be honest. So now, your teammates want to push A main in the first round. How do we do that? No problem. You decide to go for 6 Headhunters and trademark. And also, one more tip. On the attacker side, if you already have a main sentinel, whose whole purpose is to cover the flanks and lurks, like Killjoy, Turret, and Alarm Bot, you can use your trademark as a recon tool. And to bait out the enemy shots, to fuck up the enemies in the gunfights. Save the trademark with yourself, let the Killjoy cover these choke points, and then, as you're scaling up, we can use a trademark here to clear this angle. Or this peak. Sometimes. No, not always, of course. You need to scale up first into the site. You use this trademark, the whole left side is cleared. You have a smoke up here. Now all you need to focus on is clearing this angle, clearing this position, moving forward. So most of the times, if you're the secondary sentinel, you should be... what the fuck? No, like X, bro. Like I cannot say that on Twitch, literally. Like, but that's crazy. So you should be using your trademark mostly as an aggro tool to fuck up the enemies, bait them out, or to reveal them, like a initiator essentially. Now, how do we clear the aim and area of the map in this first round? If your teammates just want to swing this, take the fight always from top of the bench, let your teammates go behind you, in front of you, and you do this. Clear this angle, clear these angles, and we need to go from the left side. Why? Because of the Phoenix flashes. Even if you get flashed, you know, if Phoenix does this type of flash, we can hide here. Maybe your teammates are gonna die, but who the fuck cares about our bronze and silver teammates? We're ready to swing out and delete that guy once the flash duration expires. Or to maybe he's gonna do some bad flash. I don't know what type of flash like bronze Phoenix players are gonna do. So maybe you can even dodge it by playing like this and then delete that guy and save your teammates. So most of the times when you're scaling up through the aim and area of the map, you should be scaling up like this. Going from top of the bench, clearing these angles, doing this, doing a teleport up here, and then pulling yourself away. And when your teammates are ready to move in, we move in together with them. Now, if your teammates want to play on contact, or you need to be the first one that is peeking the enemies. If you don't know how the enemies are playing here, and you don't feel confident in taking this type of a fight, just jump spot the enemies here, get the info, and then you can delete them with a proper crosshair placement and you know what to expect. Also, like, you know, whenever you hear the enemies rushing you like this, probably some duelist rushing you. And if enemies have a Phoenix in their team... Tutto bene, molto bene, molto bene. VOD, thank you for the Prime Gaming Summon. Thank you for scamming Jeff Bezos. Take the cover for your eyeballs. Like, this is a very common play that players are gonna do, especially at such a low skill level, where they're just gonna run you down with the flashes and stuns and utility. Hide here on the... Where the fuck is my mouse, bro? My mouse disappeared. Chat, help me out. Like, hide here behind this cover, or the cover that is behind you. Dodge the flash, kill the enemy, save your teammates, and you're gonna be a hero.
I have them. Here.
Surprisingly, pretty good positioning for this fight from our friend. Not the best, of course, but at least he is not visible from the guys that pushed mid, and he's using the left side as a cover to take this fight with the Phoenix.
Reloading. Enemy spotted mid.
Now listen here, like, if the enemies are pinching you like this from two different sides, the best quality you can give to your teammates is to fight in one direction. Like, we already have this smoke that I don't know what is the purpose of this smoke, but okay. Let's kill the enemy club that is behind us, and then we can take other fights. But the worst thing that can happen for us here is that you just stay in this position. You wait for the enemies to pinch you, to sandwich you, to Neon can stun you, Sova can dart you, Clove can medal you, I don't know. Like, they have plenty of utility. Like, we need to fight somewhere together as 4, 5, if our Killjoy was alive. Rain, actually. Like, as soon as you see that enemies are pinching you like this, like, you should not wait for the enemies to take a fight with you. You should bring the fight towards the enemies somewhere. And don't allow them to make a sandwich out of you. And even if your teammates don't want to do that, like, just, brother, put that, you know, like, you're playing chamber, you have a teleport. Just a second, I need to bring it back. Okay, my teammates want to stay stuck here. Fuck it. I'm gonna use this teleport. Let's kill the Sova. Let's take the aim and area of the map. We know that only Phoenix and Sova were here. We killed the Phoenix. We only heard 2 footsteps. At least we take some space for our team, finish some of the fights, and then we can turn back and focus on these fights. And especially as a chamber, you have a teleport. You should be bringing the fights towards the enemies and not vice versa.
Spike down A.
Should I quit Valorant if my ass are getting worse because of screen time? Ice. I'm not a doctor as far as I know, so I don't really I don't know what to tell you. I didn't play for a month. Is Harbor good now? Don't. Just don't play him. Like just don't. That's the best answer.
Enemy spring. Every no.
Okay, listen. On Abyss. Whenever enemies on a defender side are eco hull buy bonus, they're playing some kind of a low buy. Just tell your teammates to do either 5-man push on B or a 5-man push on A. The best idea is probably a 5-man push on A, because enemies cannot abuse that many close range angles to put shorties, buckies, and other close range weapons in your ass. But at such a low skill level, it doesn't matter. As long as we don't lurk, flank, do some random shit alone, you're gonna win this round together. Also, can I ask what is this buy option for a for a second anti-eco round? You win the first round of Abyss. We have 3,000 credits. What do we buy? We can get Heavy Shield with a Marshal, Headhunters, Trademark, and that's it. Good enough. We can go for a Light Shield and Outlaw, even on the attacker side of Abyss. It's fine. There's plenty of long range and medium range fights that you can pick and kill the enemies. If you have money for a Heavy Shield and Bulldog, you can go for that as well. You can go for a Heavy Shield, 8 Headhunters, and a Stinger, and a Trademark. You have a weapon for every single range, every single fight. But this buy option, where you buy 8 Headhunters with a Light Shield, just doesn't exist. It simply doesn't exist. For an anti-eco round.
I love this sport.
What happens if someone likes getting a shotty in their ass though, asking for a friend, tell your friend he's gay. He just doesn't know it yet. The trademark is horrendous. Horrendous. Like, let me show you. So, basically, if you're doing some kind of a split through mid, lurk through mid, towards the B side, you do this. And that's it. You know, don't hide your trademarks on the map. Like, the whole point of the trademark is to give you the info. Let the enemies destroy it. But make it as hard as possible for the enemies to cross it. And cover these, you know, choke points. Now, in this round, like, you already heard one enemy going through the belt right here. We should kill that guy. You heard the ropes.
Here.
Above you. Above us. Above us. Okay, listen. From now on, if you're playing an anti-eco round, just do a 5-man push with your teammates somewhere. 4 of your teammates with a spike are going B. Your only job is... Okay, let's say we have a Stinger, Heavy Shield, and this utility. Clear this angle. Get up here. Do the deep trademark. Let's go for the execute. That's your only job. We'll fight together. We win together. We die together. We live... I don't know. You have the gun advantage. Enemies have nothing. They have classic pistol sheriffs, maybe marshals or something like that. Don't complicate these rounds.
There they are.
Like, there's absolutely no reason for you to put yourself in this type of position in an anti-eco round. Going alone through mid. Like, this type of a play, you save for grim days. You know? When you notice that your 5-man executes are not working. When you notice enemies' patterns, you know, how they like to push, play, flank, lurk. First 4 rounds, There's really no reason to do this. Ever.
All to the
What do we buy in this round now? Okay, this should be a bonus round for us. Unless our teammates want to force. Listen, like in this third round, if your teammates are bonusing... Heavy shield headhunters and a trademark. If you didn't save the previous weapon from the previous round, but considering that you bought nothing in the second round, anti-eco round, right now our friend can just go for a heavy shield, vandal, and utility. I mean, you have plenty of money. Why would you go with outlaw? You can play 2 full buy rounds in a row. And a regen shield, bro. My guy has a exactly 5,000 credits in the next round. But no, I'm gonna buy a regen shield so that if the enemies force the outlaws now, or they play a sheriff, they can kill me on any range with a one tap, and even with a phantom as well. Yay! Also, outlaw on attack and defense, you only buy when at least 2 or 3 enemies are definitely gonna play with a light shield without a heavy shield in that round. Don't buy the outlaw as a, you know, in these type of rounds where the enemies are gonna have like 5 heavy shields. And sometimes it's okay to buy outlaw as a force by weapon, of course, like, it's a good weapon with chamber. But here, like, why? Okay. 4 of your teammates are going B. Go with them. They need your trademark in the link, you know, in the drop right here. So, what info you got from the enemies in these 2 rounds? They like to push a lot on a defender's side. They like to push through mid a lot as well. They like to push aim in as well. They like to push everything. We need that trademark for the tower drop, and we need to fight with our teammates on B right now. Now, the play that you're doing here is okay. You're probably gonna get a kill. Probably, because I'm 90% certain that enemies will push Amen once again. But the problem is, like, you know, when you go for the solo plays, you need to reevaluate first if that solo play is worth it. If I get this kill, will this kill mean something? You know, while I'm getting this kill, is there a chance that 4 of my teammates just die on the opposite part of the map? If the answer is yes, fuck this shit. If the answer is no, like you think your teammates are gonna stay alive and live a happy life on the opposite part of the map, or you tell your teammates, hey guys, wait a bit, wait for the enemies to push B main, kill the B main push, I'm gonna kill A main push, and then regroup. If that is the strategy, that's amazing. If your teammates are gonna listen to you. But just randomly doing this shit in the 3rd round, God help us. Also, like, you know, when you're holding for the push of the enemies, ask yourself, what did the enemies do in the previous rounds? Like, if enemies have a Phoenix, and Phoenix went for a pop flash here, so went for the arrow, you can basically do a trademark here, TP here, and play around this cover. Dodge the arrow, dodge the drone, dodge the flash, and then take a kill. Reset yourself and you can just scoot away towards your teammates. But I just don't see the reason why would you do this solo play if you already know that enemies like to push mid, B main, A main. You know that your teammates are gonna take some kind of a fight on B. Enemies also seem pretty weak on a defender's side, and they have a very weak team composition to defend the bomb sites. These type of plays you do when everything else fails.
A weapon.
Oh my lord, bro, like... We're not playing in Radiant, man. Like, are you gonna play the whole attacker side alone in Bronze 1?
Drop in a smoke.
Yeah, Phoenix has the ultimate. So your Reyna with the Spectre is peeking the Sova alone in the A main, and she has a spike. And you're lurking through the mid.
Enemy spotted A.
Joke's over! You're dead! Here. Here. Out of charges.
I'm gonna disregard your mechanical skill because you already have the aim training and stuff like that once again. But I just need to ask you one question. Wouldn't this round be like 10 times easier if we just went A main, put a trademark for this Phoenix behind us, killed the Neon and Sova in A main, and just do a regular execute? Like the only times when you need to play this passively and lurk, flank, and do some solo plays early on is if enemies have a really good team composition for a defender side of Abyss. I don't know, they have a Vice plus Cypher. Yeah, you know, 5-man executes against that team comp, it's probably not gonna work well, you know? And then we should be fighting for the mid control more and try to punish the enemies through mid. Rather, like, this is a poop team composition. An absolute ass cheeks.
Here.
Yo, Mala, Moxim.
Here.
Our spike carrier is dead.
Spike down A.
Listen, like, when you're taking the fights with the enemies and you already know where are the enemies, use the teleport on the ground and take that fight. Especially if you see that your Killjoy is absolutely ready to take that fight.
Dread is it.
I have the
Variable
spike.
removed.
Here. I have them.
Okay, in this 2v2, we have plenty of time to plant the spike. There are two things that we can do. We can wait for the enemies to over-aggress us and maybe make some kind of a mistake. Or we can simply just isolate enemies in a 2v1 fight. We can just go onto the A set now and try to search for the Clove, plant the spike, kill the Clove, and that's it. Or we can just go back, kill this Phoenix, go onto the B site, and finish the round on B. So your Killjoy has an idea. That idea is let's fight the Phoenix. We need to play with the Killjoy. Because your Killjoy right now is going to get flashed around the wall, and she's going to die in the next 5 seconds.
Turret out.
Here.
Never mind. She played it. She picked a decent timing.
Enemy in attack spawn.
Like, you should be taking these type of fights. You know, if enemies are giving you 2v1 fights in a 2v2 scenario, take it. Let's fuck up this Phoenix before the Clove rotates, or before Clove decides to fight. This is a great fight for you.
Here. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Better. Gun here.
I guess angle clearing for our protagonist is optional. I mean, I still don't know where is the Clove. I assume that she's on the A site. But that is just an assumption. You don't know where is the Clove as well. Gun in the hands, clear all of the angles, and be ready for anything and everything.
30.
Listen, when you're playing the spike on the B side, always playing the spike either here or here. Or here like this. No, don't play it towards the wall and in the cover.
Alarm bot out.
10 seconds
Spike
left.
planted.
This plan here is pretty bad.
Placing swarm grenade.
If you end up like, let's say in the B-main, you don't see shit. Like you don't see half of the spike. Clove can use a smoke. She has plenty of room to defuse the spike, and it's really fucked up. I mean, in this 2v1, the best idea was just to plant the spike towards the wall here, and that's it.
Placing swarm grenade.
To be completely honest, the absolutely best shit that you could have done with your positioning here is you play here, Killjoy plays here. And that's it. We're fighting in 2v1, no matter where the Clove comes from, and we are eliminating every single angle and off angle through which the Clove can surprise us. Like when you end up in a post plants, you just want to eliminate these timings as much as you can. Like these additional angles through which enemies can kill you, surprise you, and you don't want to allow the Clove right now to kill you from this position, this position, this position, and this position. You want to minimize your overexposure to only one angle at that time. Sir Dice, we'll see you in. Welcome to the stream, bro. Like the spot that you're playing right now is purely based on luck. Oh, we were so close to make a right decision.
Turret out.
Oh, behind you.
Out of charges. Here.
Last player standing.
Mamma mia.
They are so dead.
I mean, you know, against the enemies that are this aggressive, all you need to do is hold a good off angle, dodge the enemy's utility, and just kill them. Get them out of the server. That's it. Here, just hide from the Phoenix Flash. When the Phoenix flashes, go for a peek, take a kill, that's it. You know, right now, because my teammates are starting a bit more aggressively in the aiming area of the map, we'll just hide behind this cover, wait for the Phoenix Flash, and then see you later.
Here.
Deleted. Enemy spotted. A. Reloading.
Also, like, when you're doing these executes, and you need to scale up as fast as your teammates are scaling up. Like, if your Reyna pulls out a Leer, she is close to this smoke. You better believe that she's going for that fight. And as a chamber player, there is nothing that you should be afraid of as long as you have your teleport. You can take the most diabolical fight in this game and still stay alive while trying to protect your teammates and fight with them. So right now we should be playing closer to the Killjoy, to the Reyna, and as soon as the Killjoy took this fight, we take that fight with her. For God's sake, we have this teleport. Just come here. Enemies don't have any more flashes. We are safe. Good, good, good. Now, Killjoy is here. I'm here. Killjoy takes a fight. Bam. Bam. A lot of bam bams, you know?
Still in sight.
Your Reyna is going. You go with her. You're just wasting you're holding an angle where the enemies cannot be at that moment of time. This is just wasted time in your gameplay. Like, you should always be proactive during your games, doing something useful. Holding in the flank, holding the lurk, lurking, taking more space, pushing with your teammates, abusing the life of your most aggressive teammates to take the fights together with them.
For you, Neon.
Oh, I'm enjoying this.
Like, we could have killed all three enemies in that aim and area of the map and take the ace for free.
Here.
My guy really likes penis crosser placement.
Last
Spike is
player
down.
standing. Spike
Oh,
down.
I like
Attacker
it.
spawn.
Clothing spawn.
He just doesn't know where's the chamber. Yo, this, watching you play on this sensitivity is so painful, man. Like, so painful. I don't know if you fucked up something with your DPI or something like that, but I told you to use 0.35 at 800 DPI. This is nowhere near that point. My guy needs to work for like, he needs to work for his crosshair placement and for the flicks.
One enemy remaining.
That's 3.
Is this a clutch, Minister? If he was more patient. Okay, you know, like, how you play this 2v1 was pretty decent. You know, usually the mistake of the players in low elo is that they're mega undisciplined and, you know, holding for this was totally fine. But then you know that the enemy Clove is somewhere there. Reset yourself, you can go for maybe some kind of a jump spot. Aha, Clove is there. And now, she needs to gamble. Are you gonna peek right or left? You have a perfect crosshair placement. Only with A and D keys we can go for a crouch peek, bite peek. Take your time. That guy, especially if the enemies are in the middle of nowhere, wide open, they're the ones under the pressure. They don't know if you're gonna go left, right, bite, short, crouch. You control that fight.
One enemy remaining.
That's 3.
Basically, in Valorant, one rule that is really good while you're learning the game is before you make any type of a decision, if enemies are giving you time to breathe, pause for 2 to 3 seconds, give yourself time to reset, ask yourself, how should I take this fight? Should I take this fight? Where the fuck is the enemy at the end of the day? Where should I be my crosshair? Ask yourself at least one question before you take a fight, before you make a decision.
Can we do a 3B and
Peeks now.
Need backup.
Placing alarm bot.
But playing this slow is just criminal against enemy team comp. And splitting the map is also Criminalius Rex. Now, listen, on the attacker side, I would just advise you to pay more attention on what your teammates are doing when you're playing with them. Because if your jet is already, you know, here, taking this type of a fight, at that moment of time, you already need to be here, taking the fight with the jet, and covering these angles for her, and scaling up together with her.
Cutting their vision.
Here.
Here.
maybe behind as well.
No
Yeah.
peeking.
Instead of playing with a collegiate team, you should be investing that time to do the aim training that I gave you.
Vent.
Well, we have like 2 sentinels in the team, and just look at that. What is this alarm bot? And then he has this trademark like.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Lead your teammates. Tell them to do a 5-man push. Use a teleport. Clear the angles for them. Give them the confidence to move in. If enemies are already so bad at your elo, just push them. Fuck them up. Give your teammates a fake or the real confidence to move in with you with your teleport.
Here.
Do something. Don't just wait for the enemies to make a sandwich out of you and backstab you. You know that meme with the stick?
Okay, let's
Hi! I'm pissed! My ultimate is ready.
Jet coming behind you.
Okay, listen. 3v3. Whenever you end up 3v3 or 2v2 in Valorant, reset your team towards some main area of the map. We clear all of the angles, one at a time. We can never end up in some kind of a crossfire, and you're just resetting the round completely towards the A main and B main. There's no way that 3 enemies are gonna play B and 3 enemies are gonna play A. Let's go aim in, guys. But be aware, enemies could have pushed aim in. The worst thing that can happen here is we continue fighting on mid.
Give me those back.
While the enemies can be behind us, left, right, etc, etc. For an example, this angle.
Enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Run! Run! Teammates, go A!
Teleport.
Yell. Boost your microphone a bit. Yell at them. You know?
What's ready?
Complain.
Jet, your mother. Fuck. Come with me. Also, same as you did on the defender side, as soon as your utility becomes useless, you don't need a teleport anymore. Reset it. As soon as you teleport, reset the teleport. Because once this timer resets, if you pick up a teleport again, you wait another 30 seconds. If enemies destroy the teleport, you don't have it anymore.
My turn.
Reloading. Left.
Holy shit, this one was close.
Okay.
Don't overthink it. That's my job.
Let me just do a 5-man push. This is pretty much a wasted teleport. I mean, with chamber, if you already want to hold the enemy's push through the B-main area of the map, just use a teleport here at the start of the round, before the round starts, and take this angle. You think a low elo player is gonna pre-aim you here? Bob up, we kill that guy, drop down, let's go B.
Here.
That's the angle that we hold if you're holding the B-man push.
Catcher and
The guy probably missed the ropes on mid. Yeah, bro. And you don't want to do the 5-man executes against these guys. Phoenix was like, nah, bro, this life ain't for me anymore.
never mind. Watch
That's you, pal.
Okay, we killed the enemy jet that pushed aim in. Reset the round and go somewhere together as 4. We are 4v3. 4 A-man or 4 B-man. Is that a good weapon? Yeah, it's okay. Papito, my bird of 6 years died today. Any advice? Get a new bird. Easy. Your girlfriend leaves, what do you do? You get a new girlfriend. Think about it.
Goodbye.
Valorant is fun and low elo. It actually feels like a game.
Nowhere to run.
One enemy remaining.
going. USD. I'm gonna wait.
Brother, you're 3v1. You have a trademark for the flank. Just play with your teammates. You have a numbers advantage. Like, play on information that you have. The information that I have right now. Enemy Sova is somewhere around mid. I am 3v1. I'm planting the spike on A. And I have a trademark for the push through mid. So if Sova wants to flank me, he needs to pass this trip by going all the way through the B main and doing this. He is not gonna do that. So the Sova can only be tower or CT. Play on the info that you like. Who are you waiting for here? Like right now, you should be either with Reyna or with a Clove.
Playtime.
Okay, in this post plant, teleport up there. Elevated positions exist in Valorant. Teleport up there. I mean, not the teleport. Like just put the anchor up there. You know, make the most out of your teleport. And if you want to take a fight, we take a fight, and then teleport, and then from this position, bam. Like, the thing is, in low elo, like, players don't really understand what type of sound they heard. Everything sounds the same to them. So, Sova will... You do this teleport. Enemy Sova thinks that you're here. Listen, man, like, if you have a teleport, and that you cannot use if enemies push you onto some kind of an angle. Like, this is the same problem we had on a defender side. Like, whenever you have a teleport that is, you know, that you can not use, if the enemies push you through a certain position, you need to be the one aggressing the enemies. Here we cannot allow the Sova to push us because our TP is literally there. We need to be the ones taking a fight first. Safe fight, one bullet, one burst fire, TP away, reset yourself for the second fight, especially with 2 HP. We want to abuse the peeker's advantage to maybe get a kill here, and then we take this fight.
Well,
Never mind, man.
Winning stuff, aye.
Okay, who should we play with here? If 2 of your teammates are already starting on mid, especially with the spike, always play with your teammates on mid. Generally speaking, on any map in Valorant, if 2 of your teammates want to go mid, play with them on mid and support them. Most of the times, they're going to be the first ones to get a contact with the enemy team, and they're going to be the first one to die. Or make some kind of a mistake. Your jet is running.
Enemy spotted A. Alarm bot down.
Reloading.
Careful. Vent.
Enemy stealing back. Reload.
Finished.
here.
Get out of my way. Placing swarm grenade.
Trap destroyed.
Placing swarm grenade.
My ult's not ready.
Way. Place
May I ask, like, how is the Phoenix here when our jet is on mid?
Placing swarm grenade.
Trap destroyed.
Placing swarm grenade.
My ult's not ready.
Spike down. Attacker spawned. One enemy
I
remaining.
got the spike.
Go. Run B. Plant.
Here.
Flanking. To mid.
Here.
Many tap man. Many tap man. That should have been my name for the youth. Instead of charlatan, many tap man. I don't want to comment this round because it's the same shit as in the previous rounds, essentially.
Try.
Baby, give me those confettis, man. Is this a 5-man push B? We don't have a good trademark, but... And we're not ready for it, but... We need to have the gun in the hands because enemies like to play pretty aggressively.
Dropping smokes.
Trademark should go up there so that you don't get butt fucked by the enemies in mid. Trademark up there. Up there.
Like I never left.
Listen, when you're executing... I mean, I didn't have a chance to talk about the executes in this VOD. When you're pushing A, most of the times, you want to put a teleport here and just scale up like this. Like, you want to get into this position as soon as possible, and from this position, you're fighting the enemies. If you, for some reason, want to go from the right side, I don't know what that reason would be, then you use a TP here, and that's it. Now, when you're taking the mid control, yeah, usually your TP should be here. But if you want to go from the belt here, like you just do a teleport like this, and you have a teleport basically for the whole belt, plus you can go to the vents. You have it on the A tower as well, that's it. Now, most of the times, when you're taking mid control with a chamber, what you want to do is like, you want to do it from this position. Essentially, you want to take these ropes first for your team, the B tower, and from this spot you can easily fight the enemies with your teammates. You know, we can also use this teleport to scale up pretty deep into the enemy's anal cavity and take a lot of different fights. When you're pushing B, most of the times your teleport should be here, and the pathing that you follow is same as with a Neon and Jet and other agents. Like, you mainly want to end up, you know, we're jump spotting the enemies here, and, well, we're jump spotting the enemies here, and together with our teammates, we're taking this space, clearing all of these angles, getting into this position, clearing the backside, and that's it. Then we can use maybe this teleport, considering that you have a trademark for the tower, to maybe aggress the enemies in the city. You know, you can go deep here, take an off angle such as this one, and completely annihilate the enemies. And still have a tool to reset yourself. If you want to go from the left side, obviously, you're going through the window, dropping down, doing this teleport, and this TP is probably a bit more optimal and better, because your main job, when you're scaling up onto the B side, is to do this, and then this, or to do this, and that's it. So, this is the Formula 1 pathing that you take on B. This is the Formula 1 pathing that you take on A. And that's it. Like, it's pretty simple agent, I don't know. And the trademark, you know, goes either here or here. There's not too many things that, you know, you can do.
There they are.
I guess enemies just cannot be on the B tower, apparently. Safety is optional for us. Okay, we still have a teleport. If you want to take this fight, please use the teleport on the ground. But I don't know why you're here. Right now, you should just, you know, play postman with your teammates. We can put this teleport, you know, here. Reyna takes a fight, bam. Jet takes a fight, bam. 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 What's the problem? Why would you even be here alone? And if you already wanted to do this, you should have done some teleport on the side first. Like, you know, you could have easily done this, and then aggress the enemies. You can play this position. You can hold some off angle here. You can over-aggress the enemies and try to get a kill. As long as you're using the teleport to reset yourself towards your allies, that's okay. You can do that.
Joke's over! You're dead!
There's no way, there's just no way. They don't clear him here, right?
Enemy spotted B.
Here.
Did 3 enemies just go onto the B tower? At some point, we have to play the game. You heard that 3 enemies are on the B tower. Let's fuck them up.
Enemy spotted B.
Last player standing.
Actually, 2 enemies.
I don't think so.
I just need to ask you, wouldn't this post plant be super easy if we just had a teleport here and we fought with our Reyna and Jet? And if you already decide to take this space from the enemies and they don't come here, they pass you on the tower, it is time to move. It is time to surprise them from here, maybe go for the, you know, behind them and try to backstab them. But you heard the footsteps here. We need to make a move before our team has die. And this 5-man push, wasn't it so easy? We took the site like this. Like, enemies don't exist on the site. Just the postman was absolutely horrendous. But it's your mistake why it was horrendous.
Here.
Hi! I'm pissed!
No, it's like I just don't know how someone can even be stuck in these lobbies. Like, to be honest.
Variable removed.
Oh, I know how. By playing 20 agents in the game and not mastering a single one of them. Listen, if you need to be the first contact with the enemies in these main areas of the map, jump spot the enemies, put a teleport and take a fight. Why not? Get up information for your crosshair placement, take a fight.
Still in sight.
Carrier is dead.
Here.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Gun here.
You know what? There is one thing. There is one really good thing that you actually fixed. Let me just see if that's you. If that's you. Yes, sir? No, it's not you. Fuck. There was one guy that I coached, like, that was using ADS 24/7, but it's not you, man.
Fight.
I have them.
As a final note, you need to fight more with your most aggressive teammates. Like, basically, brother, like, you're letting your teammates take so many fights without you being there for them. Like, you know that one enemy is behind you, your Clove is here. How do you plan to refrag this Clove? And how do you play to fight with her? Yes, good teleport. But right now you should be here. Or here. As soon as Clove takes this fight, you swing out, the round is over. For an example, that's where the round should have been over. Okay! Pretty criminal. Pretty criminal, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, the story goes like this. Fucking hell, man. Hello, Charlatan. When do you do these free VOD reviews from the Discord channel? I only do them for the people that win a giveaway. So you submit your VOD and tracker, and then if you win a giveaway, I do a VOD and tracker review for you. From now on, I think I'm just gonna do giveaways randomly. You know, I will still continue doing giveaways on every 50 Twitch subscribers, but I'm also gonna do one giveaway at least per week. Every single week. So you're gonna get like around 8 giveaways every month. Best agent for solo queue Pearl. I don't know, Jet. Jet is probably the best. Solo queue, Pearl, you know? Ah, madre mia. Okay, let me take a piss and then we need to write down some stuff. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say, even though I had a good laugh during this VOD review, and I was a bit too harsh, in my opinion, you need to remember you just started playing this game. You know, no one was born radiant. No one was born being good at video games. Most of the gamers that are good at video games spend their whole fucking life playing video games. So, this is the beginning for you. Beninging, essentially. You know, it's okay. I've seen players that are far worse than you that got Immortal and Radiant in Valorant. Anyone can get at least Immortal 3 in this stupid video game. So, let's start with some general points, and then attack and defense. So, general, attack, defense. When it comes to the general stuff, your answer on my initial questions is going to impact a lot of stuff. So basically, like, please answer on all of my questions that I've had during this, at the start of this session, and then I'm gonna tell you exactly what we're gonna do. But even without these answers, you can continue, you should continue, or you should start, you should continue with general training and mechanical training that I've shared with you basically, like, when we did that first VOD review. Like, I don't know how much you did it, if you did it at all, but that training is good for you. And that training is gonna fix 80% of these mother effing problems. Like, 80%. So, when it comes to the general shit, I just don't see a reason why would you do anything else at this moment of time. Like, from sensitivity, to the improvement plan and program, to the warm-up, core aim training, like, all of the content that I've shared with you. That should be your main focus for quite some time. 2 to 3 months minimum. 2 to 3 extra months minimum. So if you didn't do it, or you didn't have time to do it, now is the time to do it. Next topic. Try... just a moment. So, we talked about that. Let me just... general shit. Yeah. Limit yourself only on 2 agents at this moment of time. Chamber and Phoenix. You can play them on maps where you feel good with these agents. If you feel that Chamber is good for you on Abyss, play Chamber. If you feel that you're good with Phoenix on Lotus, on Split, play Phoenix on Split, for an example. Don't fill. No filling and no flexing, please. Anymore. You're Bronze 1. You're low elo. You just started playing this video game. You don't have enough playtime to fill and flex. You're playing in low elo, where you should anyways never fill and flex. Let's limit ourselves first on these 2 agents and only play Chamber and Phoenix, so that we can finally decide which goddamn agents you should play. Because once you play Chamber and Phoenix for 1 act, you play 100 games with Phoenix, 100 games with Chamber, based on your stats, based on the data, based on how you perform with these agents and how you play them. We can put you on some other agents. Maybe these agents are good for you. I mean, you have pretty good stats with the Phoenix, for an example. And you should be playing some agents such as Phoenix, because you're playing way too passively. Which is another thing that we need to talk about. You're playing way too passively, even when that makes absolutely 0 sense. So essentially, on attacker's side, we can abuse so many good setups with Chamber. Like, your first fight is usually your last fight. So, don't be afraid to take a fight with a Chamber if you already have the teleport with yourself. You should be the one abusing the peeker's advantage, good crosshair placement, and deleting the enemies from the existence with that teleport. It should not be vice versa, like you holding an angle, enemies peek you, and then you use a teleport to escape or to take a fight. Now, reset your utility more when it becomes absolutely useless. This applies to both trademark and teleport. If the trademark and teleport are not useful anymore, or you use them already, reset them. They're gonna be useful later for the retakes, for the post plants, for some kind of a secondary fight. If the enemies destroy them, you don't have them anymore. The timer is gone. Now, focus more on what your teammates are doing rather than what you want to do. Like how your teammates are positioning in front of you or on the map depends how you play, essentially. Especially on the attacker's side. Especially on the attacker's side. So, basically, like, on the attack, what happened to you a lot of the times is, you know, your Reyna with a Leer is ready to peek this angle. My dude is chilling, holding this angle here with this teleport. What? You want to wait for Reyna to die, Killjoy to die, and then you're going to take the fights. Why? Use their life and fight together with them. Then, next topic. But that's kind of general stuff. You know, definitely pay more attention on your surroundings and the minimap. Like, you see any type of shit on the minimap, like some question marks, some red shit up there that should not be there. Check it. Gather the information. Like, try to play more on info that you have rather than, you know, making up stuff in your head. Some timings and something that cannot happen at that moment of time at all. Now, on the attacker side, we need better team play, like in terms of refrag, fighting together, playing with our most aggro teammates that have the highest chances of dying. Like, basically, your team play is 0 on the attacker's side. Like, you just play for yourself. You let your teammates do whatever the fuck they want to do. And even when you let them to do whatever the fuck they want to do, at least let's use some of them to fight enemies together. You need to IGL your teammates more and force them to do some macro plays together when that makes sense. Enemy team composition is absolutely dog shit against the 5-man executes. You're playing the first 4 rounds. Enemies are eco halbei. Pick up the spike. Pick up the spike. Tell your teammates, hey guys, let's do a 5-man push B. Most of the times they will listen to you. Repeat the command. Hey guys, let's do a 5-man push B. Be annoying. Hey guys, let's do a 5-man push B. This is how you talk in this is how you talk in the game. Maybe we should go B. Jet, go B. Jet, go B. Like these guys, they're autopiloting. If you tell them, Jet, go B, it just goes through one ear onto another. That's it. Jet, go B. Let's go B. You know, be more enthusiastic about your callouts. Trust in them, believe in them. I don't know. Organize your team as better. And if they don't listen to you, adapt to them. Done. Now, setups on attacker side are horrible, and you should change them. Like, I already showcased you what you should do through this VOD review, so no worries, I got you there. Now, if you're already defaulting, pick better positions from which you can get easy picks without risking too much. Off angles are optional for you, but they should be mandatory to get these type of kills, if you already know that enemies are going to push something and do something. Now, next topic. On the attacker side, pay attention where you plant the spike, and how you play the post plants. You plant the spike however the fuck you want. On every single map in Valorant, there is a strict rule where you should plant the spike, and where is the best idea to plant the spike. Post plants. You know, you don't care how your teammates play. Only thing that you care about is I actually don't know what you care about, because it's not like you're fighting the enemies as well. Like, to be honest, you're way too passive. More team play, fight with them, use them, you know, play with them. That's another thing. Respect economy and numbers. That is something that you don't respect at all. Enemies are equal halberd on the defender's side. 5-man push somewhere. Let's go. Let's send it. Let's send it. You're in a 3v1 numbers advantage. Fuck the map control. I don't care where is that last enemy alive. All I care about is that I play with my most aggressive teammate that has the highest chances of dying, and that we push something together as 3 together. And that's it. Now, a lot of these things you can apply on apply on both attackers and defenders side, so we can kind of, mark it down as both attack and defense, to be honest. Because on a defender side also setups are to be honest. But one thing that you're doing really poorly on a defender side is that you're rotating way too slow for this elo. Like, essentially, once you realize how the enemies are pushing, what they're doing, and what type of patterns they're abusing, rotate a bit faster, especially in the first 4 rounds. You see the arrow from the Sova on the minimap. Your teammates do a smoke in A main. Send it. Prioritize team play over the map control. Because people in these lobbies, they don't think. Like, who knows who you're playing with and against. As long as you keep your teammates alive, you're probably going to win that match and that round. And as long as you fight together. Now, overexposure is horrendous for you. So basically, like, this can be a general problem. When you're taking the fights with the enemies, you always try to take the fights in a way where enemies can only kill you or fight you from one direction. And if enemies can kill you from 2 different directions, that means that you're in a bad position. And what type of a rule do we follow then? If some position is a bad position, it's a bad position, essentially. And if you die on that spot, you made a bad play. But if you die in the process of repositioning, trying to get on a better spot to fight the enemies, that is 10 times better rather than dying on a position that is bad for you. 10 times better. For an example, you end up in a post plan here. Enemies can kill you from this direction, this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot. Dying on this spot. What can you learn from that? Nothing. Like, whenever you're feeling anxious on some position, like you're flicking left, right, on multiple different angles, it's probably a bad position at that moment of time. If you feel afraid, if you feel anxiety, move. Go anywhere else. And if you die in this process of, going like, pa, 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 it's fine. Better than if you die from 6 different angles that you cannot cover with your eyes and with your crosshair at that moment of time. It's okay to die in the process of trying to make a right play. Now, whenever enemies are giving you time to think, use that time to think and reset yourself. Like, there's so many moments in this gameplay where you're around some cover. You just finished a fight onto one enemy. You know that another enemy is somewhere else. No. You are gonna swing that enemy immediately. Like, use the rule of 3 seconds. We talked about this in our coaching. Like, before you make some kind of a decision, as a player that is low elo, medium elo, as a player that can get better, give yourself 2 to maximum 3 seconds to make that decision. But then you should, you should make some fucking decision. Reset yourself more. Like, the worst thing you can do in Valorant is just autopiloting or like playing based on your feelings. So I feel like I should take this fight. I feel like, I don't know. For those 3 seconds, look at the minimap. Ask yourself, like, how should I pick this fight right now? Is my crosshair good? Can I take this fight with only A and D keys? Should I peek left or should I peek right? Can I use some kind of a utility to take this fight? Any of these questions. Should I take this fight at the end of the day? Can I use one of my teammates to take a fight together? It can just be one of these questions, which is enough for you at this skill level. Over the time, like, it's going to be easier and faster for you to make these decisions. And also remember that most of the times, it is better if you make some kind of a decision rather than not making a single decision at all. Like, the worst thing that can happen to you in Valorant is you just get stun locked. You just stay on one spot, wait for the enemies to overrun you or to overrun your teammates, and that's it. You see that, 3 enemies. That enemies are pushing you from here and from here. Fight somewhere. The worst thing that can happen to you is you stay in this position. Like, bring the fight somewhere and clear some of, kill some of these enemies before they make a sandwich out of you and before they overrun you with their utility or they peek you together. How the fuck are we gonna fight 2 enemies peeking us from here and from here? You can't. You need to be tense to do that. And we are not. Or Radiant, So, those are like your most prominent problems, but the thing is, like, the training that I gave to you, like, and also the aim training is working on all of this. Trust the process, Trust the process. Like, you are better than you were before. That first VOD that I've seen, that was criminal, essentially. And the stats are also much, much better. If you apply any of these tips, to be honest, like, if you apply 50 of the tips and rules that I've shared with you, 50%, sorry, no, not 50, 50%. If you do 50% of the training that I share with you, your progress is going to be 10 times faster than it is right now. Just 50%. Spend some time outside of the game as well. And that's kind of it, to be honest. Like, everything else we're going to talk through private massages, because at the end of the day, this was a free VOD review and, I need to have a private talk with this guy. Okay, that would be a diamond. I mean, that's his name. He's actually bronze 1. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Join this server for coaching, for the giveaways as well, and for the playbook. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.